Black Oni.
You're now listening to the Black Oni podcast.
Welcome everyone to today's show, to the podcast, to everything that we are about today. And I am so excited to bring this show to you all for a number of reasons. The first reason being that it's been a little while since we had our last show. The last one was the League of Maidens Gaming, which we did talk about some serious issues there as well, which I'm very proud of how well that went. But more so than anything, I'm just excited to have an excuse to kick it with my friends again and to give them a platform and opportunity to be seen more. I've been getting kind of like a lot of interactions on social media as of lately. I want to attribute that to actually a couple of things. One, I'm going to go out and say Dr. Lupo actually went out of his way to introduce myself and a bunch of other creators that I love and appreciate dearly, and have collaborated with several times, met up with several times. A lot of these people are my friends. There's maybe one person who wasn't mentioned, one person that was mentioned that I didn't know personally like that. So shout out to you, Dr. Lupo, for first of all saying something, and second of all, saying something in a way that like kind of props a lot of Black creators up. So I appreciate that. And secondly, the people that I have on the line right now have actually been rocking with me for a long time. These are some damn good friends. We don't play as often as we should together, but they all make content. They all do things within the gaming industry that you should all be paying attention to. This is what we're talking about when we say, you know, people on social media go, I'm looking for Black creators to watch and to support. Like, here are 3 other Black creators. And these are just only a small handful of the amount of amazing creators that are out there right now who aren't getting enough play, who aren't getting enough attention. And so I just want to take a moment to say that I appreciate you all, that you guys are here with me on this podcast in the first place, that you've even agreed to ever be here.
Thank you. For sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
And I want to take a moment to publicly also thank Audio Lover for helping to put the agenda together today and many times. He's done this many times. So once again, make sure you all are following the Audio Lover, Shadosha, Dream Manifested, and all the other people that we're about to mention during today's broadcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. It's been a really challenging. It's been really challenging to be Black in general. But
that's a fact.
It's been challenging, especially as of lately. And what we're gonna do today for y'all is lay down facts, lay down information in ways that you can help. We're gonna talk about serious things, but we're also gonna have a good time here, because that's always been a cornerstone of what we do here on this channel. And all 3 of my guests also feel the same way. So I'm going to shut up and give you all an opportunity to introduce yourselves to the people. And we're going to start with the Audio Lover, who's directly on my right here. Let people know who you are and what it is you do. We're actually going to go in depth a little bit more to learn more about you, because we actually haven't done an interview with you yet, which is why I'm surprised that we haven't done that yet. But
yeah, I'm kind of blown by that. I figured, what? I get one before you. That ain't right.
Yeah, and like it's one of those things where we've known each other for so long. Like I was like, did we actually ever do that?
Man, I don't need to think about it, man. Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah,
thank you. And first and foremost, thank you, Oni, for even allowing me to be on your show, man. For everyone. To all my living organisms vibrantly expressing reality, I'm the Audio Lover. Lover, that is what I represent. Living organisms vibrantly expressing reality. And basically what I do is I try to put out content that really just is at the heart of what people are thinking. I mean, what I try to represent, what I try to put out, you know, when you look at my Twitch, when you look at my YouTube, it's just different things that I'm thinking about that I think other people are thinking about and really don't ever notice from other broadcasters, don't notice in other mediums, such as, you know, things about future and science, how it relates to technologies, things about video games, things about, you know, pop culture, whatever you're thinking about. I try to take a look at that in a different aspect and put it in a way that is just consumable, that you may not, you know, have thought about. So recently, what I did as far as Twitch yesterday, I actually was streaming about politics, right? And not just politics, but like policies in general and how to find your U.S. representative, where to look for your state representative, understanding those are actually two different people, those kinds of things, but trying to put that in a format that is consumable to just anyone who's trying to figure it out, especially during these times, if you're trying to figure out how to contact your representative and who's the right person to contact, those kinds of things. So that's basically what I do, not just politics, but as well as in video games and technology and all that.
Shit. People can go to twitch.tv/theaudiolover. You can find them on Twitter as well. Where else can people go find you?
So yeah, you can find me on The Audio Lover. I'm pretty much The Audio Lover on the majority of platforms: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. You could do theaudiolover.com if you want to go straight to my YouTube, or search Audio Lover for my YouTube. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And I'm not so much, I'm an inspiring content creator. I definitely look up to you, Oni, as well as you, Dream. You know, as far as content creation, I am a city planner by trade. So that's like kind of my first and foremost, like that's what I do. And so when I talk about politics, I'm kind of talking from a place of like a little bit of knowledge, especially when we're talking about local politics and how that's structured. But everything else, I'm just, you know, an inspiring content creator trying to push content out there.
Good shit, man. Shadosha.
What's up?
What it is? What do you do? Where can people go find you? What's the lowdown on what it is we can expect from you?
All right, so I'm probably mostly known nowadays for the hosting and stuff that I did in the esports world. I did formerly working with Splice Overactive Media. I did a lot of stuff with that team. Prior to that, I was a pro player myself. I played fighting games mostly known for like a Virtua Fighter. And in between that time, I've gotten really interested in being a creative director, a producer, things like that. So I've taken that route instead and linked up with some really cool people in the industry to do all of that stuff. I've been active for about, I don't know what, 10 years now? More than that.
Yeah.
Way more than that. We getting old. Holy crap. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Yeah, that's nuts, right?
Yes, I have so much more face fur than I ever thought.
Kids is coming soon. Don't even worry about it. The kids is coming soon.
Shit, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming, man. So like, no, it's a good feeling. But I've been around and doing this stuff in the industry for quite some time. So I remember when there wasn't as many, like there's always been black people on the scene, not a lot. So it was really good to kind of get my feet wet and, you know, kind of create a stomping ground in front of cameras. I got a chance to collaborate with like IGN and GameSpot and blah, 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 stuff like that. So nowadays I continue to do more of the same. I've gotten back into streaming a lot more. I took a year hiatus, didn't want to, just had to. Yeah. And I'm back now. So I stream still, all twitch.tv/Shadosha. I've noticed a big boom because of the times, obviously, but I've noticed the same thing, a lot of recognition for things I've done in the past and footprints I didn't know I left, so that's dope. Yeah. And yeah, no, the train doesn't stop. I'm still gonna be out there. You'll probably still see me lurking around with a few cameras following, capturing something dope that you may not have known I had my hands in. So all of that stuff you'll see it on my Twitter, you'll see it on my Twitch, you'll probably see it somewhere, and then my name is in the credits. Just read the credits. I promise you, you'll like what you see. That's all I got.
And follow him on social media so you can know what he's been doing. If you ain't seeing him in the credits, you can know.
Well, I mean, disclaimer, if you follow me, I'm a little ratchet. I mean, now's not the time. You know what I'm saying? But if you need some misbehavior, I got that for you. You know what I'm talking about? It's me. That's how I do it. I got you.
And last but not least, we have our boy Dream Manifested.
Yo, what's going on? I am Dream Manifest, the man, the myth, and the legend. As far as Twitch and streaming, I play a variety of games, mainly centering around first-person shooters. I play a lot of Apex, even though that has been frustrating lately. So now that Warzone wants to not crash every game, it doesn't crash any games now. I can play Warzone. I've been getting into Warzone lately. I do play
Good.
Tekken is my main game in terms of the fighting game world. I love me some Tekken. Bring back Bruce, please. But I do play.
I'm new today. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck heavy with Tekken. I've only gone to one tournament, but it was a great experience. I need to do more. But outside of that, we do play action RPGs as well as JRPGs, all that stuff. Every now and again on the channel, you might hear snippets of some music or some poetry because I do dabble, or I don't dabble. I do both. I write poetry, do music. You know what I'm saying? You might every now and then catch some hits of some photography because we do that as well. So I mean, you can.
You do, man. He sound like, man. Every time he speak, I want to light an incense or something.
You got the smooth jazz.
I just had to get that out of there.
You got to get some jazz. We have jazz music playing in the background right now, ironically enough. So hey, man, listen.
I wish my other mic was working. But hey, everybody, you know what it is. You kicking it with us here live on the Black Only Podcast, and we about to get to it.
Oh yeah.
I'm still waiting on my track, by the way.
Hold on, time to pause again. Did I not, before we went live, did I not tell you that my schedule is much more flexible now? You see how y'all do?
We're back.
You know what I'm saying? Snap back to reality. All right.
Like I said before, everyone, we will be talking some real shit, but more so than anything, we all need this. We all need an opportunity to just let it all out, but we also just need the opportunity to just laugh together, enjoy each other. And with that said, I want to do like a quick for our icebreaker. I want to do a wellness check. I want to check in on not only you all, my guests, but everyone who's in the chat right now. So we have the Chubby Bunny. We got Infamous X1X. We got Gilmer in here. We have Tony Furry Gaming. We have Nightmare Gorilla. We have Troll Gaming Live. We got JC Mac 120. Those are just the people that I know are here right now who aren't just lurking. So I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that I see in the chat, at least, who's kicking it with us right now. Appreciate y'all. But how are you all doing in chat, and how are you all doing here? We can start with Dream. We'll go in reverse order.
To be honest, all things considered, I'm actually doing very well. Okay. There has been a lot of change within my life personally within the past week and a half or so. You know what I'm saying? When I said that there was some time freed up, there was a separation of business interest between me and my my occupation.
Oh no.
So, no. It was on my terms.
Okay.
Good.
It was on my terms.
Okay.
And I'm out of there. But now, so I've incurred a new stress, which is nothing negative, but it's the stress of you got to do something. What are we gonna do? And so, just like simple things, the Instacarts, the Ubers, and all that, to get something that you're still on your own time, so to speak. You're moving around. You got some income coming in, like I said. So I'm in a stage right now, and I hope that you guys can see this growth with me with these next couple of years, is that it's about time management, and that's something that I've always struggled with, and now it's time to piss it off the pot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
that's a fact. That's a fact.
So all the things that I mentioned just a little while ago, you will be seeing much more of that in your faces. But
you don't feel like right now is the best time?
That's what I'm saying.
You just said, I feel like right now leaving your job is sort of the best time, especially like if there's a indifference, because a lot of people are paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So
I don't know. I that's good to hear, because I felt the same way. I was I took a break, and I was thinking, boy, is it a great time to be black. especially right now, because there's all eyes on us,
Right.
all creators, and there's a. I hate to say it like this, but business is booming in regards to that. People want to see what we getting into. You know what I'm saying? So like that is dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is the if I could say anything, I mean, we're still in a pandemic, which is nuts. This is like the perfect storm of nonsense going on for something big to happen. I think now's the best time to jump into something. So no, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Appreciate it. How y'all doing?
For the same reason. I feel well for the same reason. I just since I'm doing all this yapping, I feel well for the same reason. I'm sad that it took this for things to shake up for anybody. Not gonna lie, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
And I think this is we never had something like this in the digital era.
No.
We gotta be clear on that. Like, if you go back, you do your history, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh man, the resources we have today compared to then, and they were still getting things shaken. I think that, like, for example, I was speaking to somebody that lives in, that used to live in Buffalo. She lives in LA now. And she told me, or actually she had like an IG post, and she posted that she was reading a book about Emmett Till. She didn't know who Emmett Till was until last month.
Yeah.
That kind of blew my mind. Like, that was crazy. And boy, was it an eye-opener that if she didn't know, and she loves to be in tune, if she didn't know what was going on, it's great to see now people are trying to figure this out and people got the resources and the tools.
Yeah.
Wanted to be upset about this, but knowing that I could do something to share all of this stuff, man, it makes me feel great. So I've been feeling great.
Yeah.
Keep it all the way real with y'all.
Yeah. And that's, you know, not to jump in right before we get to Audio Lover, but before the thought gets lost in my head, it's okay for us to acknowledge that things have been better, that they've been great, and it's okay to also not be great, to not feel like things are great right now, because while all this like positivity is kind of flowing through and happening for our community, like at the end of the day, like shit's still fucked up.
Yeah, that's why people are out in the streets.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact. So I'm glad we came all together.
Yeah,
we getting something done. We getting a chance to see who the goofies are.
Yeah.
I'm proud of all of the people that stopped booty clapping for a little bit to jump in on that call. Salute to you for that. For real. Love you for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Instagram, use your platform. They're using their platforms wonderfully. I'm happy for it. So I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Audio, how you doing, man?
I mean, as far as today, I'm doing really good. I try to stay away from social media today.
Yeah.
I was like, it's crazy because when all this kind of happened, with you know, the brutal murder of Mr. Floyd, I was actually taking a week off of social media, like literally that day. So, because I don't know if you guys remember, there was like a whole bunch of other stuff that was happening within social media, like right before, and I was like, yo, I can't deal with it. I'm gonna take a week off. And I didn't find out about, because that happened that Monday night. I was already off social media that Monday morning. I didn't really find out about this till like Thursday when I had to go into work for something, and someone was like, you know, telling me like, oh, you know, how do you feel about the riots and stuff? And I was like, riots? What are you even talking about? She's like, I'll let you catch up. So I get on social media on that Thursday, and it like just hit me, right? Because people had that Monday evening, Tuesday, Wednesday to vent, get everything out. And then here I am on Thursday just taking it all in. And I was like, that whole week, I was just like, yo. And I kind of felt bad in the sense where I wasn't aware, right? And I felt like, man, like, why the hell did I even take, you know, why did I try to take a week off of social media? Like, I should have been informed. I remember like my wife trying to tell me about it that Monday night because she was on it, and she was like, yeah, you know, the police, basically, killed this man or whatever. And my wife is pretty informed to the point where she like watches a lot of documentaries and stuff like that. So when she said it, I wasn't even like paying attention so much I thought she was just watching another documentary because it happened so much.
Yeah.
Like this type of stuff happens so much. Like when she told me, I'm thinking she just watching another documentary, and like I heard her, but I wasn't listening. You know what I mean? So by the time on Thursday I got it, it was like, yo, okay. And then like ever since then, like I was kind of feeling like, man, like what am I gonna do? Because when she first told me, not when she first told me, but like when it first clicked, and I'm like trying to get everything out. This is right before they even charged the officers. They still hadn't had charged them by the time I found out. Thursday. And I'm thinking like, man, they're just gonna, probably suspend these officers for like 30 days or something. They're gonna be back. They're gonna be behind the chair to the end of the year, and we ain't gonna hear them about them. They're gonna be back in the streets next year.
Yeah.
Then I found out, they get the third degree murder. Well, the one gets the third degree murder charge or whatever, and then that made me feel even worse because I'm like, how y'all just giving this man third degree? So for me, it was like just like I was trying to do so much, like it was weighing me down. This was weighing me down because we've seen this so many times. And prior to like when I first got awoken by stuff like this, that maybe I could do something was during the Trayvon Martin situation, right? Like that's when I'm gonna say like I was first waking up, like not saying like, oh, you don't know about it, but like waking up to maybe you could do something about it. Maybe you could talk to people about it, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Right. And during that situation and how that whole thing went down, like my spirits were kind of broken because of that verdict, that outcome and stuff like that, thinking like, my voice don't matter. So when this happened, I'm still thinking like, does my voice matter or whatever? And to your point where you're talking about this is the first time that's happening in the digital age, like this is the first time I believe that we have enough millennials aware and even enough more Gen Zs aware now, right? Like during the Trayvon Martin situation, you don't even have that many Gen Zs that are like in tune because they're too young.
Yeah.
Right.
So like now it's like, so now I started looking at it, I'm like, man, like how the reaction of everyone started to make me feel good and positive. Like maybe we can start getting some change going in just throughout the week and up until now, like I'm starting to feel a lot better. But it's just still understanding like there's a lot of systematic racism going on and it's sad, but and unfortunate that like when we talk about systematic racism, it's always because of police brutality.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's more, and I'm not gonna, like I'm not trying to downplay, police brutality or anything like that, because that is a very serious threat, but there's more to it as well, and we really need to talk about it, man, because I don't want until the next person dies, and we're talking about this all over again, when we have people all over the place, not even realizing sometimes they being racist when they saying things like, oh, we don't want affordable housing here because we don't want those people in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
Because the neighborhood I grew up in when I moved to Georgia was like that. They were gonna, I guess, bring MARTA down, which is the the public transit. They were like, oh no. They was like, oh no, they don't. We don't have no MARTA here. It's like, no, not everybody. Everybody that's in the city rides MARTA. Everybody.
Yeah.
But they only think,
From the airport to Sandy Springs, that don't make no sense. You're right.
Yeah.
But the only thing is the black thing, like.
It's extending deeper into Sandy Springs. That's where I'm at. It's extending deeper
into Sandy Springs. Yeah, that's a heartbreaker, man.
But they don't want those people in your neighborhood. That's what they're trying to say, And I mean, recently, like, especially because I work in public government, that's my profession. I see that sort of systematic racism all the time because I'm not in I don't do legal. I'm not in criminal justice or anything like that. I do more like public service. Site plan development, that kind of stuff. So I see it a lot when you're talking about transportation, when you're talking about affordable housing, that kind of thing. So, I listen, I see it a lot, in that respect, especially in the neighborhoods I work in, not necessarily just my city, but like the neighboring cities around the city I work in are a lot of upper middle class areas. And when you talk about those kinds of things, they'll be like, we don't want that in our neighborhood, and that stuff gets me boiling. So when I see stuff like this, it's like, it's sad that it's happening, but I'm happy that we could have that conversation to understand there's systematic racism happening.
Right. Right.
And we could bring that to the forefront. So all in all, like, I'm happy that this is being put out, because it's like, a lot of the times I feel like, even before this situation happened, like, there's not so many of us trying to fight. And I'm not saying, I'm the only one fighting, but there's people fighting in different pockets of systematic racism, right? In different avenues. And it's like, I feel like there's not so many of us, right? And even like when you're talking about Black streamers, there's a lot of systematic racism in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all just getting y'all shine right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we gonna get into that, but it is.
So
wait, this is my favorite part. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
my god.
So when you talk about the different avenues, it's just like, it's crazy, and it's like, I'm finally happy that everything's getting put into the light, and we could all in our own different pockets start moving to one goal in addressing this matter, and then hopefully it can translate into something that we could start coming to solutions to these issues.
Right. And speaking of solutions to those issues and talking about streamers, I challenged. It wasn't even a challenge. It was a request. I requested from our guests here to name 5 other Black creators that they'd like to shout out, and this is something that most of us already do all the time anyway. On social media, I'll give retweets and shout outs to any of my streamer friends that I see going live right now. I'm like, yo, make sure y'all go check this person out. But I don't think I've done it enough on the podcast. So I want to take a moment to obviously say, anyone who's jumping in right now, who just came in, who's watching, make sure you go follow everyone who's on our podcast right now, because they are not only giving them their time, which is very valuable, but they're giving us insight and information and relevancy to anyone else who's still looking for that. We're gonna talk about a lot of things during today's podcast, but I definitely want to take an opportunity to I've done it on social media, but there's some people that I haven't necessarily like shouted out yet that I would like to in this. So I will start off by saying that the first person y'all should go check out, I actually made a little list over here. I say it all the time. I'm going to say it again. Pro Quesadilla. Make sure you go follow him. I collaborate with him often. Those of y'all who've been here for a while know that that's my boy right there.
He was on my list. That's messed up, man. Dang, I gotta redo it.
Matter of fact, what we can do is we can bounce back and forth between everybody. That way, it's not like I say all of mine and I take someone else's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I wanted to hear Dream's list, because Dream got the exotic playlist over there.
You right.
No, you right. I'm just saying, man.
But it ain't even that exotic, man. It ain't even that exotic. Like I said, if I'm gonna be real, he said content creator, so it's only 2 streamers. The other 3 are people that you're gonna find on YouTube. So the first one would be YC Imaging. YC Imaging is another black content creator, and he puts a lot of information out that's very didactic and educational as far as using cameras. He does a lot of work with as far as like shooting music videos and things of that nature. But he just has a cool, calm personality. The way he color grades his videos, everything is clean and crisp. It's just a nice presentation overall. And like I said, it's always good to see a brother. I would love, you love to learn from yourself a little bit. So it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's just good. So that's my first one.
Okay.
It's YC Imaging.
YC Imaging?
Yep.
Is he a streamer or a YouTuber?
No, he is a YouTuber. The first 3 gonna be YouTubers.
Okay. So you said
so I can if I have the ability to put links in, I could drop it in the chat.
I'm pretty sure you can. Hold on. YC Imaging on YouTube. Oh well, you should have permission, but you know.
Mine appears to still be there.
So I'm gonna show it on screen. That way, people will have a chance to see their content real quick. All right. So what you got? Shidosha, who you got?
All right, I'm gonna cheat and put two people on at the same time.
Oh shit!
I told you I was gonna do this though. I told you I was gonna do this. All right?
You did.
So let's get it rocking. So no, I mean, first and foremost, I have to give a shout out to Sugar Gamers. Always. When I came in, it was women that put me on into the scene, like the back end, because I was just competing and all of that stuff, and it was the Frag Dolls that put me on. But somebody that stood out like far removed was Keisha.
Okay.
Keisha from Sugar Gamers. Keisha Howard. She's based out of Chicago. She's done a ton for pretty much anybody in the community. She's one of those people that likes to create content and put a team together. She's done initiatives for women with Red Bull. She's done initiatives for Black people in New York City. You name it, she's been there. You can see her at any con, every con, and she's so welcoming and forward thinking. So, somebody that bounces around and does what she does, she's really somebody to look up to. So shout out to Keisha, shout out to Jennifer and Sugar Gamers. They hold it down. That's my number one. That's my
where can we find them?
Sugar Gamers on everything. SugarGamers.com. Sugar Gamers on Twitter. I'll tell you, I'm not in the stream. I'll just type it in here. Here's their Twitter.
Yep,
Look at us typing. This is so professional.
Right. Doing shit. Yep.
But yeah, SugarGamers.com. Twitter.com/SugarGamers. Definitely. You'll probably see and hear from Keisha the most. She's around the most, which is why I named her first.
Okay.
But no, she's really dope. Really dope.
I'm gonna make sure I follow them right now. I'm following everyone that y'all just gave me suggestions for, by the way. Including YC Imaging. Yeah, the quality on YC Imaging's stuff is dope. Like I'm looking at it now. That's some good shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? I put on now.
Yeah, buddy. And it's funny because I remember Dream was like, yo, man, like I'm trying to get some extra crazy quality cameras and blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, I feel you, but make sure everything is lined up. And then this is the kind of content that he was talking about, who's just got like that crispness. The crispity crisp.
Yeah, you can't overlook that. This is fly.
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
Yeah. I like that shit. Audio level, who you got?
Content creator that I personally enjoy. She's been doing a lot in the sports scene. Erin Ashley Simon.
He took my other one.
Erin. Yeah, actually, I think I just got put onto her recently. She just started streaming, right?
She's a beast, man.
Started streaming. But she was doing before that. She was doing like a lot of esports commentary. Yeah. She was one of the anchors on Cheddar News Sports. Oh, I got a 6:30 alarm. My bad. Yeah, she does Cheddar. She was doing Cheddar News Sports, and that actually kind of put me on to like esports and understanding esports and stuff like that. But like now she does streaming. Her streaming content is really dope. She does a lot of Call of Duty, the new Modern Warfare, as well as Warzone, and it's pretty dope.
Where can people go find her?
I want EA Simon. Let me type it in.
Yep.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
I just followed, but I forgot what her tag is on Twitter.
So if y'all haven't started listening to Run the Jewels 4, y'all wrong. Just saying.
I was bumming that yesterday. Oh,
Bruh.
dang. Yeah.
To my soul, man.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I'm talking about windows down, extra loud around here right now. Okay.
It's a way to do it. Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they go to Twitch. Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw that in there as well. So again, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Make sure everyone who's watching right now, I know how easy it is to just like lay there and just chill and relax a little bit. But I'm telling you now, all those people that we're about to recommend you. Like, we had to think about who we really wanted to put out there in the front limelight right now. Make sure you go follow them as soon as you can. I know we're gonna see people dipping in and out of the stream to do that, but like, just go do that shit. It's okay. It's okay. And let's actually take a look at a clip while we're going into our next person that I'm going to mention. So the next person that I want to say that y'all should go check out right now. We've actually had her on a podcast before. She is an amazing human being. She's so well versed and well connected in the gaming industry. And more people should know who she is. And that's Red Infamy.
Yes.
Our homegirl Red Infamy. Mika. Yes. Mika. She is what else can I say? Like, I've known her for a number of years at this point. We've hung out at E3 and PAX, and again, we had her on the show, and it was just like the first time we had her on the show. We were all like mind blown as to like why that didn't happen sooner. But like, she especially got a crazy schedule, but we finally found the time to do it, and she's definitely going to be back on again, because she hit me up, was like, "Yo, when are we doing this again?" So I definitely want to give her a huge shout out, because again, she's been doing this for a long time too.
For sure.
And she's partnered with so many companies. I think she's partnered right now with Alienware, if I'm not mistaken.
I wouldn't be surprised. She's everywhere, man.
She's everywhere. She plays a number of different types of games. She plays, you can see something here. I think you saw Red Dead Redemption. You see NBA 2K. She plays Tekken. She plays Soul Calibur. She's just playing God of War here. Like, she knows her shit. She is a joy to be around and to watch. Make sure you all go follow her right now. I'm actually going to give you her Twitch right away. You had me at Tekken. Weren't you on the podcast during that, Ivan? He was on that episode. Hey, I can't say enough good things about her. Like, obviously, she's like she's beautiful, she's talented, she's smart, she's funny. Like, she's got everything working for her. And it's a surprise that she hadn't already like been at the forefront of everything prior to that, But give your girl some love, because she absolutely deserves it. I'm gonna make sure y'all get the link to her Twitter as well.
And she's a beast.
Yes. I forget what
she put a nice little team together. I usually see her with my homeboy Carl a lot too.
Yes.
So it's always good to see. I ran into him at E3 actually.
Yeah.
Was it E3? No. PAX.
Okay.
I ran into her at PAX. We were bullying Square Enix about something. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, we was like, "Yo, check this out. We coming in." It's like, "No, it's empty. Stop it." Here we go. And they ended up liking the content that they did. I remember that. Cool.
Yeah. Carl is hilarious. That's my boy right there.
Carl is the man.
Yeah. I forget what order we went in last time, but whoever wants to go next, go.
That's Dream next. Go ahead.
A little smile.
All right, so the next YouTube act is going to be Brandon Washington. So the first three actually that I'm going to give you, everybody that's on YouTube is going to be within the camera business, okay? They all provide something a little bit different. Brandon Washington gives reviews and how he's experienced with certain products. He does talk a little bit about, and they kind of all do, but they talk a little bit about what to avoid and what not to avoid when trying to get paid and get a job in that type of industry. So if you're someone who's interested, very much like myself, which is why I listen to these people, and I think that you should too, because they look just like you. You should check out Brandon Washington. I'm going to drop the link in here. His stuff is great quality too.
Let's make sure. You can drop it in the Discord and I'll just copy it.
All right, there you go. So he got great quality as well. Very easy to listen to. Good audio selection when he makes his stuff. It's just he puts it together beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my second one.
It's good shit. I like it.
I rock with them. I'm gonna keep it on the Brandons. I was actually gonna shout out I Am Brandon next.
Yes.
If you do anything on Twitch, if you do anything in the gaming industry and you have not run into Brandon, that's crazy. Now I'll admit I've run into Brandon before, but I'm a weirdo, so he don't like me, and that's cool. I love Brandon. Doesn't matter. I'm just joking. I don't know if that's true.
I doubt that's
Brandon,
true.
no,
I doubt that's true.
It's not true. I'm just making fun. But I mean, and perfect time to do so. I mean, watched him build his own stuff, and then he put on a lot of women. He's put on a lot of black people. He's put on a lot of people from the LGBTQ community. You know, it's Pride Month, and I gotta celebrate him just for what he's done. Every time I see him, he's moving forward and doing something great.
Yes,
and he never leaves anybody behind. He's addicted to sharing resources,
absolutely,
and building with others, and building for others, and getting something and giving it. I always watch what he's doing, just so I have a reference of like he's the bar for great to me in that field. Because of how much of a people person he is. He's another one of those people where if you go outside, you're gonna see him. Period.
Absolutely.
And, so I gotta salute Brandon this time around. I am Brandon TV on Twitter. That's the only place I really know him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just cheat. Streamer links. He's got it in his bio. Let's do. I'm snatching this.
Yep.
Watch. I'm out there with the mean copy pasta.
Yeah. Put it in our chat right here, and I'll throw it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
If you're a streamer and you don't use streaming links, by the way, like use that shit.
Yeah, I hear you.
My boy Lobo put that together. My boy Lobo.
Yeah, I gotta figure that one out too.
Yeah. But yeah, he's so obviously you can see just by the camera quality right here that he cares a lot about putting on a great show and just having fun. And again, like that's something that I personally try to do as much as I can. Having a good time, having fun, but like he goes all out. Like his room be clean and shit. Like mine, like
for sure.
You don't want to see my room right now. Like there's just like you can already see a little bit. Like right, it looks a little.
I see an open drawer too. That's lit. That's
that's
right
yes. Just the stream can't see that. Yes, they can. Damn.
We're gonna pretend. Never mind.
They can see all that shit. Well,
damn. So you gotta use my trick. That's why I got my camera going upwards. You gonna see these nostrils. That's about it.
I'm about to make it a little bigger so that I can.
That's my cheat.
Yo, that is.
Everybody wonder why I stream at night. No, that's the reason why. My room dirty. Bump that.
The pro strats. The pro strats. I need a cam link and a background blur effect. Man, listen, I got the funds for that right now. All right, you gonna have to wait for that.
Bro, so what you can do is you can take a picture with your camera, throw it in a Photoshop, make it a blur on it, and then just save that as a thing, and then now you have your camera. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta do green screen though.
I mean, yeah.
I don't have my green screen set up right now.
Ooh. Well, back to the drawing board. All right,
Troll Gaming, what up? Once again, shout out to everybody who's in chat right now. And shout out to everybody who is following our advice and actually following these people that we've been saying on our list, because you need to do that. What else we got?
Yeah, I recently actually found out about I Am Brandon, so I've been following him on Twitter, but I just followed him on Twitch right now. So.
Yeah,
that is somebody you can ask a lot of questions to, and you will get answers, like great answers. They want to see you. They want to see you succeed.
Exactly.
Yeah, he actually responded to me. I commented on something on Twitter, and he responded quick. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
well,
he tries.
He's right there. Yeah, he's right there.
And the crazy thing is, like, I humble brag, I never seen this many notifications on Twitter, on my feed.
Bro,
ever.
I was bugging too. I was like,
bro.
huh?
And like the crazy part is, like, Twitter like straight up asked me, it's like, yo, do you want me to just like not notify you for a little while?
I was like, yo, my check mark coming in, baby. Yo, let's get it. And that never happened though.
I was like, wait. This is a thing?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this is why so many people never get back to you on Twitter, because like this shit just be lighting up, and like they can only respond to like the first 20 notifications, because everything else after that, literally, like Twitter just doesn't even show you. Like it don't even show you unless you're on your computer. Right. So I find that very interesting, but I never held it against anybody who never responded, but like I get it now.
Right.
And it probably won't be like that forever, but I got a taste of what that's like, and it's just like, oh shit. Just oh shit. Who you got, Audio Lover? Who you got for your next?
My next, someone I've been following also for last year. It's probably been a year now. The Black Koge, TBH.
Yeah, Black Hokage.
A really good
Black
content
Hokage,
creator.
yeah, blue.
That's my boy.
Yeah, so he's been on Twitch and YouTube. I started watching him on Twitch and then recently followed him on YouTube to get like a lot of the highlights and stuff like that. Really dope content. I actually got up on him because of, it had to be last year, because I got up on him because of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Because I started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I got like this thing. I'm trying to get it down packed to where I could actually follow. And I know it sounds like whatever, but like follow Black content creators. And I've kind of got it really narrowed to a science in how to do that. And I was able to like kind of seek him out. And it's really hard to seek people out like per video games when they're not streaming.
Yeah.
On Twitch anyway. So like I was able to find him and I've been watching him ever since.
Yeah.
Really dope content.
Yeah, absolutely. He is definitely one of the people that if he wasn't going to be mentioned in today's list, I was going to give an honorable mention to, because like you said, like he's been out here for a while, and he's one of those people who
he's dead honest.
Yeah, all the time. Like you can't get this man to bullshit you. You can't get him to do it. Like he'll tell you he don't like a game that like everybody loves, and not because he wants to be what's the word, controversial, but he just be like, yo, I just don't fuck with it, and he'll give you his reasons, and then he'll be like, all right.
And he keeps it real in his chat. He don't play no BS in his chat.
Yep.
And it's dope.
Yep.
It's dope. I really respect that. I really respect him as a content creator. Definitely as a Twitch streamer. And I like his YouTube content as well.
Yeah. Dope creator, dope human being. Another one of those people I'm honored to call my friends. I'm honored to call all of y'all my friends, but these are a lot of people that y'all have mentioned aside from you, Dream. There's a few new names for me I never heard, or people that I know, like no for real, not like no heard of, like I know them.
Right.
So it's pretty dope to kind of see that, but it's also interesting that it kind of shows you that it's not that there's fewer Black creators than we all like gave credit for, but there's fewer that are as prominently featured on media than there should be. Which is why we're doing this. And to that point, I forget whose turn it is. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, what you doing?
I'm gonna give a shout out to Mad Queen 88. She is.
I have checked her out actually.
Yeah, she is fucking dope. I hung out with her at E3 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? I forget now. We had like a dope heart to heart. And on that E3, we learned a lot about each other. But more so than anything, like I just like got to see just how many more people that were outside of my own circle, especially Black creators, that were also just doing amazing things that I just hadn't heard of before. So we got acquainted. We hung out at like a bunch of after parties and chilled. And she does art as well. So she's just one of those people that always gives you like all of her energy and like a positive energy flow. Like she again, just like Red Infamy, she knows her shit. She's been in the industry in different ways, maneuvering around, and she's more up and coming, but she again absolutely deserves your attention. I'm actually going to give y'all Mad Queen 88. Let y'all see some of her content. Yeah. She was playing some Overwatch, playing some State of Decay. She was playing State of Decay before I ever played it. So she knows what's up. Oh, now I gotta add. Yeah, that's okay. We'll watch some ads real quick. Support the homies.
Yeah. Watch that. Get out the way.
Yeah. Why is it showing me at it's because I saw the video, not necessarily the clips. Got it.
What's crazy is sometimes even people that you're already hosting, and when you switch over to that video, you still get hit with an ad. Like, bruh.
Yeah. It's like, yo, I'm
I
trying
got
to.
hit with an ad one time on my dashboard. Somebody I was hosting. I was like, "Oh, we just doing that now, huh? All right, whatever. It's fine." It's so dumb. I don't get it. Whatever. Get your money.
That's wild.
Get your money, Amazon.
Get your money.
Oh, too good. Too good. What game is she? Oh, she's playing State of K2 here. Wait, what? It's not like no State of K2 that I played. See, this is the thing though. Like Twitch be bugging sometimes. Like you'll switch the game and it'll still say the same game you had before you switched it on your clips, and you're just like, yo, like I switched games hours ago and I like put it there. Why does it still say I was playing fucking Card Captors? It's not even a fucking game. Yeah.
Clouds don't make it no better sometimes, because sometimes it'll be like, no, you can't go live, but it'll still go live anyway with like your last week's title. Like, I'm looking at you like, why was I playing? Huh?
Exactly.
Every time Slouch update, you gotta update your graphics card.
Yeah, but they'll say that shit like after you already started your stream. You're like, yo, why couldn't you tell me this before the shit?
Yeah, you could have. You know what I mean? What we doing? Now I gotta wait.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll be right back. 30 minutes later, like, yeah, I'm just going.
They done forgot. Yeah, I'm out. Like, all right, fuck that. Nah.
Who you got for us, Dream?
Oh, so this is gonna round out my YouTube and my my camera people. This is D for Darius. So like I said, all three of these people kind of bring a little different aspect about camera work. So Darius is very much a director. He takes you on a lot of good tips and tricks if you're on the road, or how to maybe frame shots, things of that nature, what you can accomplish with different shots, angles, what they kind of convey as you're viewing them. He gives you a little bit of his work that he submitted to like Sundance, things like that. And again, he looks like us. And it's actually good, dope content, man. So it's D, the actual numeral 4, Darius, Rious. So he'll show him up there, you know what I'm saying? And I was actually mad because I didn't realize he was in Arizona until I moved back.
Oh man,
I was right there, bro. I would have done something to find you and talk to you, bro.
Right. Damn, you could have.
You hate that.
Yeah, you hate to see it happen.
You hate.
Because Arizona ain't that many. First of all, there ain't that many black people.
Right.
Second of all,
Definitely not Tucson. Phoenix is a little bit better.
Yeah.
I went to Phoenix. I was like, oh, we actually out here. Okay. Hey,
We got some color.
And they're not just burnt.
Exactly.
Sorry to get that joke off. My bad. I feel better now. All right, my bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do another group. I have to do this group. There's no way I can't do this group. I'm sure most of y'all here have heard of the Game Fanatics before.
Oh
I
yeah.
gotta show them love. So,
Oh yeah.
big shout outs to Charles. Big shout outs to Julian, BK, that whole team over there, man. Every time I'm at an event, like y'all know me, I usually roll dolo. It's just me when I'm creating content. But if there's one thing I'm always fascinated to see is a big team, and they are always running around. No matter what, if I'm covering something and I might have like my little crew, I always bump into one of their little sectors. Like they have something going on. They always make compelling content. And those are people that I've been interested in collaborating with. So I'm about to. And yeah, I wouldn't overlook their stuff. Again, Black Collective Media Group, doing great quality work. I mean, at this point, Charles does a lot of stuff just in the industry himself as a creative director. So
Of course. You talking
he's
Charles
somebody
Singletary
that I
Jr.?
watch. No,
Different Charles.
Different Charles. Charles, I think his last name is Kudu.
Okay. I think I know him.
I forgot his last name. You might know him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast to say the least. His Mr. Charles Powers.
Mr. Charles Powers. Let me make sure I'm following.
That's his direct Twitter handle.
Okay.
But the whole, like I said, I wanted to not just support him, but his entire team. Because again, all the people I'm talking about are people that put other people on. If you notice so far,
Yeah,
that's a big deal. Like all of them, they're not just creating this stuff, but they're paying it for it because they understand that there's not a lot of us, in this industry. So like it works wonders. and they do amazing stuff all the time for sure.
Good shit. Good shit. I love it. Love to see it. Audio lover, who you got?
Who I got? Malik Forte.
Oh, of course. Of course. He was one of the other people I was going to do honorable mention if you didn't say that.
He was on everybody's list. Yeah, he was on mine too. I was going to cheat and say Crew Hams. I can't do that anymore. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's one I think I want to say I actually met you, Will, through him.
Okay.
When we were playing PS4, like very early on, like launch title stuff.
Yeah.
On Warframe and stuff like that. But yeah, he's a dope content creator. He, another one that does esports commentary. He was doing some of the esports like I really never understood. Because I never played like Overwatch and stuff like that. But,
Overwatch.
Watching him, like I was starting to be able to like get into it and understand it. But like now he's doing a lot more of the streaming bit. I found him actually through YouTube back in 2013, and I was looking for, like I just be looking for Black content creators. And I was trying to see, who's getting the PS4 in 2013, and he was one of the ones who was kind of like, covering it. There we go. He was covering that, and I hit him up, and I was like, yo, I'm getting the PS4, and he was like, yeah, just add me. I added him on the PS4, and we got to talking, and we were playing and stuff like that. And he's very down to earth, another real cool dude. Definitely follow him if you haven't. I think his handle is like Malik for Play. I want to say.
Yep.
Okay. I don't be paying attention to people's handles like that. Once you have the bold name, that's what I see.
Exactly. I feel you.
But yeah, definitely follow him. Definitely another dope content creator.
Yeah. The one quick thing I want to say about him, before I ever even did these podcasts on Twitch, I actually did them on YouTube only, and he was on episode, I think it was 4 or 6. I gotta get him back on, obviously, but he's one of the first people who was like industry heads who like recognized me as I was coming up. It was him, it was Hip Hop Gamer, and it was a few other people who like,
Josh Gerard.
Right, exactly. We if he ain't on your list, I'm gonna give him an honorable mention later too. But
I thought it was cheating. I didn't put him on the list because I figured one of y'all had him already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. Malik is that fucking dude. He is so down to earth. He's approachable. Like if you ever see him at a convention, if we ever get back to conventions,
how we do? Oh my god.
Yeah. Don't ever be afraid to approach any of us. But like, he's got a really strong following. He's done a lot of different things, like in front of the camera for GameSpot, for IGN, for Sony, for E3. Like he's been all over the place, and he's fucking good at what he does. Overwatch. He's done so many things for me that he didn't have to do. And I remember the very early days when he had his music thing going on. He had collaborated with IGN for the Game of the Year Uncharted 2 song. Game of the Year.
I remember that. Yeah,
I'ma kill him all. Like,
I remember that.
I was in college when that shit came out. So like, JC Mac 120, he remembers that shit because we talked about that shit. And it was just wild to me that like I had gotten to a point now in my early gaming career that like I can reach out to somebody who I felt like was doing big things, that I could reach out to them and first of all hear back, and second of all like get help. So yeah, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta add to that. He had to figure it out by himself.
Yeah,
I gotta add that part in.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember exactly when he started. I think I may have started before him. Regardless, if there's 3 faces I recognize all the time because they were just like me, and that was Hip Hop Gamer and Malik.
Yep.
I ran into those two probably the most. And I mean, we all had the same agenda. He had Crew Ham. Hip Hop Gamer at Hip Hop Gamer, and at the time I think I was with NoobTube. And yeah, same thing. We just ran around. This is OG stuff. I'm talking about PAX East was in that stupid convention, not the one that's in now, the little small
Little
one.
Heinz Convention
the
Center.
Heinz one, yeah. It was overpacked, and they said never again. We just gonna put anime here. Bump that.
Yep.
Yeah, we was over there, and we was getting the content rocking like that. And then yeah, he was in everybody's face. He was humble guy, hard working dude. Had to get it on his own, but he stuck with it, and yeah, he built not just a great portfolio of work, but just a great list of contacts, man. Yeah, and he hasn't stopped. Yeah, he hasn't stopped. He's been doing it right the entire time. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, 100% agree. Who you got, Dream? Oh wait, sorry. Whose turn is it now?
Go after you.
It's my turn.
Hip hop.
No, okay.
You did Malik, and you did who?
Okay.
Yeah, you was just talking, so you thought it was you.
I thought it was.
He's like, I did that. Not mine. Nope.
DJ Tech Live. I gotta give it to my boy DJ Tech Live.
You fuck your list up over there, huh?
I've never met DJ. I'm still sad about that. I've
never
met DJ. All these years I've been on the scene, I know who he is. Never met DJ Tech Live.
Wow, we got to change that. The next time we're at a convention.
I've even seen him on the main stage. Like he did main stage for Twitch a bunch of times.
Yep.
And I still never met the man. It blows my mind. I don't understand.
He's done a number of different hosting gigs. He did. He's partnered with so many different companies and people. He's always trying to connect people. He always puts his best foot forward in his content as well. He's one of the hardest working streamers that I know, and to a point where like it'll affect him if he doesn't see the immediate results of the fruits of his labor. And that's just
blame him.
Exactly. But that's just to show you that like again, there's still a lot of deserving people who have done all these amazing things but still get overlooked for certain things. And it's like at this point for Tech, his talent, his care for his craft and his community is undeniable. All of that shit is undeniable. Like you can't look at anything he does and just be like, nah, it ain't that cool. It's like he puts that work in. And if there's anyone in here who isn't already following him, like that's wild to me because I collaborate with him all the time. Like we're brothers. We talk all the time. And Andy Lunick is just kind of a cheat. Andy Lunick, he actually connected me with both DJ Tech Live and someone else that I'm sure someone's going to mention at some point soon. I'm gonna let you.
Shoutouts to Andy.
Yo, damn. Andy has been honorable mention. The only reason I didn't mention him already is because like I just tweeted about him like hard.
Chef Andy.
Like that is.
I still have never tried his waffles, man. I'm butthurt about that. He keeps telling me to do it, and I'm in the area. I just never tried. I'm like, all right, man. One of these days.
All I can say is his cooking is fucking amazing, bro.
For real.
Yeah, like
I didn't know he did. I didn't know he threw down like that. Like I'm like, all right. Wait, what is there anything you cannot do? That's nuts. Like, that was kind of ridiculous. He was killing it. I'm like, what the?
Yeah. But through him, I met Tech, and I learned a lot through Tech. He gave me a lot of information about ways that I can improve the quality of my own stream. And we did the Black Only podcast. The Chocolate Thunder podcast, which people have been asking us to bring it back, but we're trying to figure out like a lot of different things. Like we're trying to change the name, and then sometimes we don't want to change the name, but we want to do like a different group with the same people. It's like this whole thing, but we're gonna get it together, I promise you. But Tech he's an artist as well. Many people didn't know that, but he's an exceptional artist. He knows a lot about technology. He does IT, and he's been in like almost every aspect of the gaming industry that you can think of. Go follow. Yes.
He's been around.
Yeah. All right. Dream.
Now, so we're done with YouTube now. We're done with the camera work. Now we're going to transition over to Twitch. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about, people that I know. You can't not put people that you know that work hard on, even if you know them personally. Like, one thing I think we as Black people also need to stop being scared of is nepotism.
For sure.
When we speak about systemic and systematic racism, prejudice, and how things perpetuate, that's because of nepotism.
It's built on it. You right.
So, like I said, I'm gonna shout out for the first one. I'm gonna shout out my boy Tech T3CK NICS Techniques. That's actually been my partner since '06. I met him with a lot of my good people, my Xbox, the round table, my Xbox crew back in '06. So I've known him for quite some time. We've been playing shooters that whole time. Used to play.
Put that in. Yeah, throw his link in the chat because I forgot how to spell his name. I'm already following him, but like I forget.
No, what's funny is because I already spelled it.
You did, and like I'm doing shit. All right, I'm doing shit.
He did use a whole number.
Listen, I am running the podcast. Okay,
Yes, you are.
I'm getting the video footage up of my boy Tech.
My man working.
So like Tech, a lot of people used to call us twins, like way back in the day before I started growing my hair out, things like that.
Yeah.
But we're usually playing together a lot, whether it's Apex. I'm gonna let him have Valorant, however you said. I don't know. Something about having to stay still in order for your bullets to hit just don't sit right with me. So
Same,
we'll see.
honestly. Same.
So we'll see. But yeah, we've been playing shooters. So he's very good. Me and the crew had a little talk about some language things that we tried to remove. He is much further along in his progress than I am. So it's very easy. It's much easier probably to watch him. He's much further along in his process.
Oh my god!
So he's a great dude. Very positive. Like I said, that's my boy T3CKX. Check him out. Always, and what we're probably gonna do as soon as I do get the full duty, we're probably gonna start hosting Call of Duty lobbies too again, for people to jump in and just have fun shooting each other and kicking the shit.
Yeah. So I'm showing a clip of actually Tech, myself, Kesa, and playing World War Z. And this shit was actually hilarious. I gotta.
World War Z can make some funny. Them fucking the bulls. Oh my god! When they teleport on you, you're like, oh no.
Did I hear a rumor that this is crossplay now too, or nah?
It is. It certainly is.
It
is.
Which is why you didn't have to pay anything extra for that, and it was not initially. So does that mean all games have the potential to do so? And if so, why not? Are some people doing this?
We can definitely talk about that. But I think most games that are made now, yes. Games that like been around for a long time, maybe less so, because they would have to go through and code things in a very specific way.
Well, I was really pointing at Apex.
Oh shit, they could have abandoned that shit, man. They could have abandoned that shit.
What are we doing? I feel that.
Oh man, not even a question. So yeah, this is Technics right here. Gonna pay it forward to the homie, because I'm already following him, right? Yeah, I'm already following him. Shit, I hosted him like a month ago.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've played some Duty together before.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think he was in when we were playing Valorant on one of them days.
Yeah, Valorant, you're cute.
Hey, dare to be different, baby. Dare to be different. All I know is English is not a romance language, therefore we do not stress the last vowel sound.
Oh my
Yo, where's Shorty at real quick? Cause she
Shorty is taking a nap, all right?
Okay, you put her to bed. Is that what happened? All right, bed.
My name starts with a J, so I mean, hey.
Oh no.
Dream was pronounced Valeri. My bad. You right, big man. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
He gonna say Valerie now, watch.
Yeah, Valerie. That's what people be calling it, man. Valerie. You gonna play some Valerie?
Some what? No, I asked only about playing Duty. And he said, excuse me? I said, no, we was playing it. And I said, I'm thinking about getting Duty. I used to play it all the time. He said, excuse me? I said, bro, you playing the game right now. He was like, you mean COD? I was like, bro.
Oh man. My best, you trying to get some Duty. What we doing? It ain't June yet. What we doing? All right.
Right.
It's like, wait, this is escalating in a way I was not expecting. Gotta get in them guts. Is that what I'm hearing?
Lord have mercy.
Backside back shot. Never mind.
Yeah.
Only on Thursdays.
Only on Thursdays. Wow. Man, this name.
Yeah, I just followed. I like that background. Is that a green screen or? Is he,
yeah. So yeah, he has a green screen, and that right now I think on the clip was just what he started doing now is actually he puts a background back there.
Yeah.
And I
think this is one that this one's more recent, I think.
Yeah, that was just, that right there. So he just puts like a background back there.
Yeah,
which I might
start doing that. Yeah, I want to do that. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna just stop being a bust and get a green screen. Hurry up.
I had one at my old house, but then I got rid of it, and then we moved and all that. So
See, I still go back and forth because I like doing the green screen. I like using my camera, and I think it looks good with the shit.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, like, I be looking at a lot of people who don't use green screen, and you can kind of like for one.
I stopped using the green screen because I wanted to show off.
Right. You see, I don't have anything to show off now, so I've been looking at some of those people that just the lighting, and that's like the lighting and the angle, the depth perception is right. I just can't find that right location right now, just because like from here at my desk, and my camera is probably like 3 inches from the wall already, so it can't go back any further.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be trying to play like, we shall see what we work with.
Yeah, exactly.
More money.
Who you got, Shadell? So who you got?
All right, honorable mention. I gotta talk about Trey Pound. Just salute to Trey Pound. He does a lot of stuff with the FGC, and he's been streaming a lot. So shout out to Trey Pound. That's an honorable mention. But I wanted to switch it up a little bit and actually put on or mention somebody that's been in the industry for quite a long time. He worked as a community manager a few places, marketing manager other places, notably Xbox. But now he does his own thing. He's a content creator now. Rukizzle, aka Rukari Austin.
Okay.
Big homie. Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you right now. If you've never seen it, that's because he's just gotten started. But you've probably I put the wrong place. Lord have mercy. All right, here we go. We'll just pretend that never happened. Scratch that. All right, cool. There you go. So yeah, he I don't remember how I met him. As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I snuck into his barbecue. Every year at PAX West, he has a barbecue. It's called the barbecue, and somebody in the industry goes, it's me. I'm gonna just walk in. I sound cool. I'm charming enough to lie my way into a room, the right room. So I just did that, and there was a bunch of people I met there. But when I got in, he didn't know who I was, and that's kind of the point.
Yeah,
because it's a spot for people in the industry to get to know each other. Usually the way it works is it's like developers go there, but sometimes developers and media go there. That day my ratchet ass was in there, so it was a good time. And I met him and we was cool ever since. I didn't know he worked on he worked community side with Killer Instinct, and he played a lot of people on that, which was great because I think right after that I ended up doing something. I was in Florida for no reason. I didn't belong there. It was just I popped up. And it was perfect timing because somebody from Microsoft hit me up to do one of their activations in a mall for Killer Instinct for like the launch of the Xbox. I think Killer Instinct was bundled with that, right? If I recall, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was free.
Yeah.
It was free. Yeah. So I did that, and then he ended up reaching out to me afterwards, and he liked what I did. So we was just cool ever since. But he's a great guy. He's getting into content production now, and boy, does he just know how to set things up. He got invited to do some panel where you had to get really drunk and play the stupidest looking mobile phone games I've ever seen in my life. And when I say he sold the show, I'm trying to find it because it was at that was at PAX East as well. This recent PAX East as well. But yeah, he did that, and man, it was just he's good for it. Like he's built for the camera, and he's another one of the, again, I'll say it again, one of those people where even in this, he's just getting started, but he's had years of putting people on.
Yeah.
He loves to do that here too. So, I mean, I'm giving y'all his Twitter, but he streams on Twitch from time to time as well.
I'm showing that right now.
He does a lot of stuff. He's a dope human being. So yeah, I got to give a shout out to Rukari for all of the stuff he's done in the industry for the time he's been.
Oh yeah.
And this kid's grown now, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him before. I feel like I've seen him before.
Nobody, baby.
Man. I'm done with Tom. I'm done. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And no, you probably seen him before, like many times. Because I mean, you've done media related work before, so you probably bumped into him at like an Xbox booth or something, or Mixer. If you ever, he was doing some stuff with Mixer at the time too, just back and forth between Xbox and Mixer. So you might have seen him there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of cool.
Hmm.
I said, this Minecraft look actually kind of cool.
Yeah, Minecraft Dungeons.
Dungeons? Yeah.
It's on the Xbox Game Pass.
Duly noted.
I just got it because of Fantasy Star. I might put it on my computer if
Right.
it's available.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so much customization.
Okay, I'm looking at them shoes, them sneakers.
And he's tall, so like his feet are big, and it's just funny. Like, how do you find those, bro? What do you know?
Custom order, my guy. Custom order.
For real.
All right, audio level. Who you got?
Story Mode Bay.
Mm.
So Story Mode Bay. I think if you just go on Story Mode Bay.
I got it.
Another person I've seen all the time, never met.
Haven't met her yet.
I started following her about a year ago. Almost a year ago, I want to say. I don't even remember how it must have been, honestly, I think this one was something that Twitch recommended to me. And she was playing Fight for New York or Vendetta, one of those two. Def Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I happened to pass by into her channel and I've been watching her ever since. Dope content. Great community over there. They're funny. It's always a funny moment when you're in her channel, man, because sometimes they be trying to roast her and she be trying to roast back. She recently made partner. She's been featured on front page, and honestly, it's definitely a great time. She really does a lot of single player games.
Yeah. As her name suggests.
As her name suggests, right? So if you check her out, like I said, I think she's dope.
She is.
I think the content she puts out is dope. Just how she treats her community. That's one of the things I definitely look out for when I'm looking at content creators. How you treat your community, how you treat your people, how you talk to people, because that goes a long way. When respect goes a long way, and it goes both ways. So, yeah, Story Mode Bay.
Mm-hmm. Let me actually do a little bit of maneuvering on here because we're on Twitch. The video player is a little bit different than it is on other platforms. So I gotta make it a little bit bigger. Bear with me, y'all. We in this.
I feel like I've seen her collab with somebody else too. I'm just trying to remember. Was it Crystology? Nah, it might have been Crystology. But yeah, no, I've seen Story Mode Bay's streams before. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she does hang out with she does hang out with another crew of content creators that go to conventions and stuff like that as well. Again, I've seen them. I just never met
Black
her
Girl
before,
Gamers.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them. I know who put me on. I think it was Barefoot Gypsy that put me on her.
Mm.
It might have been Gypsy. I don't remember, but yeah, it was really dope. Really dope.
Yeah.
She's really dope.
Hell yeah. Who you got dream manifested? Wait, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
I
but you
always
gonna
fuck this up. All right. Sorry, fine. Damn. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Art is my voice.
Hey, the homie, another wolf.
Another wolf, up and coming. Now, I gotta say this first and foremost. I've known this dude since he was little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his cousin is actually one of my boys that I used to hang out with all the time. And I don't want to say that I don't think he's ever said it. I don't think we've ever addressed it, but I think a reason why he got into art the way he did was because of the influence of partly the influence of meeting me, but also opening that up to everything else. So context, me and my boy went over to his and his mom's place to help them move. And he might have been 7 at the time, and I was 15 or something. I don't remember what the age difference is between us. But when we got there, we were all hanging out after we finished helping them move. They ordered pizza, we were playing video games, and we were all just hanging out, and we were talking about art. And then I don't even remember what happened years later, but we ended up linking up again. He would come hang out with us more, and he'd be just part of our group, hanging out in person. And so, I start streaming, and he becomes a part of the community, and then he starts streaming, and this whole situation for him started blossoming. So like, first and foremost, like I just want to say like how proud I am of him, because it would have just been easy to just like sit back and not do anything, not kind of enter into this world of streaming. But he's an artist, and he's a gamer. He loves both of them, and you can see in so many of these clips here, he's just smiling, right? Like right here, he's trying to figure something out, right? That's just his face there. He's focused, but like here, he's like about to smile. Right here, focus, smiling. Like this is his personality. Like he's just a happy dude. And obviously he sees what's going on in the world right now. And like you can see in his social media, he can acknowledge that this is all fucked up. But at the end of the day, anytime you go to his channel, you're still going to see him smiling. You're still going to see him giving off positive energy, even if the world around us is falling apart. And I gotta pay it forward. Like this dude has been busting his ass. He's been doing like tutoring sessions in Boston. Like go give this man some love. Go give him a follow. Up and coming content creator. He actually is really good friends with some of my other friends, Dufray 99 and Lord Fancy. And so they actually did a D&D campaign together, and they just wrapped up. They're probably going to do another one.
That's what's up.
Yeah, this dude's awesome. And I want to make sure I give my flowers to as many people as I can, when I remember to do so. Oh shit, he's hosting me right now. So there you go. That's the icing on the cake. Like
Yeah, what up?
Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, there goes the link right there. I'm gonna go to his Twitter as well, so y'all have that. And we're gonna the tail end of this is gonna be me shouting out all my mods, because they're here right now, and I appreciate y'all.
They in here.
Who you got, Dream?
All right, last but not least, another Twitcher, another streamer. I actually met this dude kind of in the same fashion that I met Will. This is a black artist that I found on YouTube, reached out, he came back and spoke to me. He was around the same age, and it's just like that, like Will and this dude here is kind of just like the fantasy story in a way that you could see somebody you like, it's real that like minds, when people share similar interests, more than likely they're gonna gravitate to you as well. More than likely. So this person I actually found, so I used to watch a lot of when I had more time, or when my time was more centered around trying to draw and learn things about that. All the artists I was watching one in particular who I used to watch at the time, and he used to do a podcast with artists. So he had Blue Flay on there, who is now QBrush.
Okay, yeah.
So he had him on there. It was Cycra, and I think he had JD Jet, and then he had Siege Art on there. And Siege is an amazing artist. I've spoken with him personally. Like I said, we have a personal relationship at this point. He does amazing art. He's been doing some work like on the illustrative side for books and things of that nature. But a lot of things that he wants to do within YouTube as well, because he streams art. He's very fun to talk to. Little bit kind of, he has kind of like that cynicism personality a little bit, but it's all in good nature. It's all in fun. So he has he has two different YouTubes. One, he's been recently connecting with himself and his pops actually, but driving, EUCs, those the little electronic unicycles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been riding EUCs through the forest, through the woods. It's been something that he's been able to connect with his pops on, get him out there. He's creating content on there while he's just talking about things, telling stories. But he also was working on his storytelling type things, learning some animation. So dealing with depression, he used to have his Modi Mondays, and I'm trying to get him to start that back. Needless to say, if you go to Siege on Twitch, he has all his socials there, his Instagrams, his Twitters, his YouTubes, and you'll be definitely missing out if you didn't go check him out here.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his style. I like this stuff a lot. Like a lot. I'm on the Instagram right now.
Yeah.
Looking at it. Yeah, this is dope.
Very stylized, and I believe one that's not going to be easily imitatable. Like he's like, just over the years, like I said, I've known him maybe a little bit shorter than I've known Oni, but just over that time, he been putting into that craft and that making that style his own.
Yeah,
His style.
that's the good shit. I love it.
And he uses Psy all the time, or he used to use Psy all the time. I don't know what he uses now.
You
But he
paint
uses
tool
the free
side.
shit. He uses the free shit, guys. So guess what? You too. This could be you. And last but not least, he looks just like you.
Yeah. I'm actually going
I
to
like
his
that.
Instagram because I feel like I can find more of his artwork if I just go to that. Let's go. I assume it's Instagram.com/SiegeArt.
Let me click on Instagram.
Hopefully nothing crazy pops up if I type this in.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, bet. I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, good shit.
That stuff is fire.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Love to see it.
So many of y'all in the podcasters know. I know Black or Audio Lover knows, but Sadoshi, that's how me and Will met.
Oh,
Through YouTube, me reaching out. Will was unboxing his Cintiq. I said, "Hey,
that's
he
cool.
he look cool." I said, "Hey, yo, I'm jealous, but I love your video. What's good?" He said something back, and somehow we got to talk about gaming, and here we are, 7 years later.
Yeah.
I'll admit I've never tried that, so that's dope to hear.
Yeah.
Every person I met, it was they like I knew who they were and I saw what they were doing,
Yeah.
and I just went ahead and I mimicked some of it for a little bit, and then once I got an understanding of what I was doing, I made it my own style, and then we ended up bumping into each other and we just kind of sung each other's praises. But
Yeah.
I like that. I like the approach of just like step into somebody, be like, listen, I'm feeling it. Let's have a talk, and then reach back. I love that so much.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
so much. That's dope.
And sometimes
Very
all
dope.
it takes is just like a few times just commenting on a video or a Twitch stream or something like that, or joining a session. And then next thing you know, you find yourself just like bonding with them and linking up.
I
And
see y'all trying to do that with T-Pain right now. Y'all ain't slick.
bruh,
Shoot.
listen,
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody text me. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
listen,
Try later.
listen.
I never Rampage Jackson. He was talking shit on me.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Bruh.
He was streaming Tekken, and one of my boys told me, I said, "All right, I'm gonna try to get in there." So I got in, and then like they was talking shit in chat, like, "Hey, tell him what a blah 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 blah." He sounds like y'all ain't shit. No, what he said. He said, "Dream manifested, huh? Manifest these nuts." I was like,
Oh, no, he didn't do that. Not Rampage.
That's how he did me, bro. I was like,
Yo, that's
"Damn."
too funny.
Yeah, he get a little hype when he start playing DOA or Tekken. No.
Yo,
You
Siege
better
Art,
relax.
first of all, like we literally yo, we showing you some love because our boy Dream
Hey, there
manifested.
There you go.
We're paying it forward to a lot of other creators out here who may not have been getting that kind of love that they need to Black creators. We're out here. There's so many of us, and we're trying to put everyone who's watching right now onto those creators because there's so much more amazing shit that's happening out there than sometimes even we realize. So I just followed you because I actually didn't know about your content until he said something just now. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna give him. First of all, his work is dope. So obviously,
Yeah, this stuff is dope.
Yeah.
I just follow too on Instagram. This stuff is great.
yeah, man. So first of all, thank you for stopping by, for coming through, and everyone who's here right now who's watching. I know I say this a lot, but I'll say it again. Like, you could literally be doing anything else in the world right now aside from listening to us talk about something very serious, but also just like having some laughs and being goofballs. So I appreciate y'all for being here.
Of course.
Shadosha, who is your last on your list?
I gotta pay respects to my OGs. This guy, he again, I just told that story about how I don't really reach out to people. I think the one time I did, this was when I was living in Atlanta. I was living in Georgia at the time, and he was just a startup. He was just doing some things. I was in town. I was in college, getting ready to drop out. Like, it was cool. It was perfect timing because I ran into this guy. His name is CJ Peters, and he was one of the first media people that I met. That he got to the big bag. Like, another person did it himself. Just to him and what is it? I think it was Tall Gamer. Him and Tall Gamer. They had something going. They built it. They took it out of Atlanta. They moved to Texas with it. They did so much. You guys might know the Console Kings. That's who that is. It's the Console Kings.
Okay.
So shout outs to CJ for putting he let me tell you, he's still around and he's still doing amazing things. Like he's an entrepreneur, so he got out of just doing what's it called? He got out of just doing content and media related stuff. He still does that. He still has his team. He still goes out and about. But he got into making apps. Like, I mean, he's hood with it too. Like he has an app for anybody that loves playing spades. You play spades? Oh, wow. He made an app. You already know. Like, that was his first thing. So like, yeah, if y'all work with that, yeah, check that out. He made a
Black Spades.
Yup, he made spade, he made black spade, and he got another one out called
It's
like Uno. It's
my man.
It's like Uno, but you keep pulling. Yeah, it's Uno. So he does stuff like that all the time. But then he's somebody that what's really great about him. I've seen him sit at some really big executive tables. Again, I'm that guy that likes to I'll find a way in there.
Mm-hmm.
But what ended up being crazy is that oftentimes I got invited to those exact same tables because he spoke on my behalf, or he told somebody to just have an eye out for me, and they recognized my work and they said it was something comparable to something that he did. I'm always gonna appreciate him for that because he had to do it on. You talk about hard mode. He was definitely doing it on hard mode. Again, around the time Malik was running around. Hip hop was running around. Also, CJ was running around. He was doing a lot in the South. So much love to him. He made Atlanta a home for me. I really do appreciate him.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he's a dope human being. So yeah, Console Kings, that's all of them. I don't think he has his own personal Twitter, but yeah, Console Kings is the best way to keep up with what CJ is doing.
Right. That's what's up. That's some good shit. I love it. And then Audio Lover. You got as your, and then we'll go on to like honorable mentions and anyone else we want to mention too.
I was about to say, like, honorable. We gotta do honorable mentions.
Yeah.
There's another person I actually started recently following, recently paying attention to through just being advertised on my Twitch feed. Tatted Poodle. Poodle.
Yeah.
She's really, really dope, man. Like I was watching her the other day. She was doing, because I guess she doesn't like scary games and stuff like that, but she did the what is it? Until Dawn VR. I don't know if you guys ever seen that.
I didn't know there was a VR for that. I did not know that.
There's a it's like a spin-off VR game on rails kind of a thing. So she was playing that, and she actually recently put up a YouTube video of the clip as well. It's just hilarious, man. But she played. I started following her, I think, due to Tekken, because I was trying to like brush up on some Tekken skills. I was gonna start talking trash to Dream over there, but
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I never got a chance to, but no, that's how I started following her, and she definitely does a lot of dope stuff as well. I've seen her play like what is it, Monster Hunter and stuff like that. Yeah. So great content, really, really dope stuff. I also found out that she was a cosplayer, so like that was a bonus. I was like, oh, okay, that's some cool stuff as well. So yeah, definitely check her out.
Yep. Hell yeah. I love it. I love to see it. I love it.
I'm about to check it out. No, I've never.
She's stuck right now.
Never heard of it. No, she's dope. Yeah, I'm...
She got stuck outside of Matt right now.
that kind of about to do you something dirty. Pray for you. Yeah, no, I slid her right into the hole. Nope.
Yeah, she can't get out of that.
Just stuck up there. Hold up.
Oh man.
Oh, she's stressed out. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Damn, homie. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that's good.
Video games. Am I right?
Am I right?
I will say you need to be able to climb more things in duty, though.
Yeah, for sure. Like all that shit that you have to, like the mountainous range and
run around. Like,
that shit gets on my nerves.
Make a speedy exit, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go. You got me to rotate now.
Right. All right, start mentioning some honorable mentions, and I'll just pull up clips whenever I can.
Go ahead and say yours before I steal it.
Hey man, DJ Knight. You know what? I got it.
Oh, of course. Oh my God, yo, are you kidding me?
Literally, the only reason I didn't put him on the list. The only reason I didn't put him on the list is because, like, of all the people that I mentioned, he's got by far the most followers. So like not to say that he shouldn't have more, but like I wanted to make sure that everyone else I mentioned got their love before. So
Yeah,
he's one of the people I've been running the Chocolate Thunder podcast with. Obviously an amazing fucking human being. One of my best friends. Just, if you don't know him for whatever fucking reason, if you haven't heard his name for whatever reason, first of all, I don't believe you. Second of all, go follow him right now.
Right now.
Amazing human being. He's hilarious. He can sing. He loves space games, plays Magic the Gathering. Fucking, again, one of the reasons why I upped my shit. Him and DJ Tech Live were the reasons why, like, I increased the quality of my own shit and learned how to increase all of my shit. So make sure y'all go do that. Make sure.
actually, that's how I met him. He was playing I forgot the name of it. What's the name of that game that
Star Citizen.
I don't think. Thank you, Star Citizen.
I knew exactly what you was gonna say.
Yeah, Star Citizen. Yeah, that was the one. That's how I met him. Actually, I knew about him from that. But I met him in 2016. I was doing something with Amazon, like some kind of like exhibition. And when I got off the stage, he was like, "Yo, that was amazing. I love your story. You're a dope human being. I love him. I love it. Yeah. DJ Knight is a beast. Is a beast.
Absolutely. You go ahead with an honorable mention. Should we name our honorable mentions off the rip and keep going and then go to the next person? Okay.
Well, I'm gonna steal yours and I'm gonna say MKBHD because for those of us who, like, almost all of us are like into tech to some degree, and this, like, just the MKBHD is definitely an example of hard work and consistency. He started probably, how old you were, 13?
He was mad young. Yeah.
I'll say you watched them first videos literally with the old compact Presario when they just came out with webcams and stuff.
Yeah.
He's over there reviewing programs. All, like, he's been doing
15.
this.
He was 15.
15. Thank you. But he's been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
So long. And for him to now have been just consistent with working in what he loves and believes in. He's getting to speak with and touch Tesla. He got to speak with Kobe, like, just all kinds of the things that he has.
Neil deGrasse
Tyson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The things that he has access to because he believed in himself is something I want us all to be able to do. And it's very easy for me to say that. And I say this out loud so I can hear it myself.
Yes.
It's one thing that we all need to do.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I'm gonna bring him up. I mean, Stream. Y'all know who he is. If you don't, if you like tech, you already know who he is. He has 11.2 million subscribers. Like,
Bruh.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even just about the fact that he has those numbers, but like he
pays attention to detail. All the little camera folks I told you about. All the camera people, like, he's not a camera person, but he takes that much consideration into the videos that he puts out. It's just a beautiful thing. Oh my god.
That's why I was a fan of his. Yeah, the OG. He was an OG for me. He just, Lord have mercy. He paid so much attention to detail. He just made such quality videos. Yeah, and he's still going.
He's still going.
He don't even have to pick out his hair, y'all. That thing, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
That's wealth right there. When you get to that, there's only few that can do that. Jay-Z, Marcus Brownlee. That's it.
He said 2.
He said the third one was that's it, damn it.
That's it.
For real.
Yeah, this dude. Yeah, I can't. There's nothing I can add to what you just said. Like, he been on his shit. He been on top of his shit. He's never let any of this shit slow him down because he knows that when people watch his videos, like, they're gonna get what they came for every time. Every time.
For sure.
And he getting multiple bags. Professional ultimate frisbee, huh?
Yeah. You saw that wingspan? Saw his arms. Shit.
Have you ever, like,
I forgot about
have you ever like just a random person that come over him like playing?
Yeah.
On YouTube? I was like, he over there diving.
Yeah.
I
I peeped.
That's ill too. Like ultimate. All right.
Yo, Art. Yo, we. I don't know if you were here for that part. But we gave you a mean shout out, my guy.
He came through. Remember, he was like, "Yeah, all these people started popping up. What's going on?"
No, not Siege Art. Art is my voice. We gave you a huge shout out in the stream. We're actually on the part of our podcast where we're paying the effort, paying everything forward to other people who deserve attention, and we gave you some of that love. Before we get to any more honorable mentions, I just want to say real quick, shout out to IR528, shout out to Infamous X1X, shout out to Source Dumal, shout out to, I said Kesa already earlier. Shout out to, what was that?
Super Duper Kellogg.
Super Duper Kellogg. Shout out to Creative Mind 9. Shout out to who else am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, that's part of our Rare Sense crew.
No, that was everybody, bro.
Oh, it's your dude.
No, it's your dude.
Yes. So shout out to our Rare Sense community. We're gonna be doing some like official shit moving forward with that. We got to get a logo together. We got to do a bunch of things, but we're about to do some dope shit with that. I'm really excited about it, and you know, I have way more people I can give shout outs to in terms of paying it forward. But if we do that, that'll be the whole podcast. So yeah, anyone else who wants to go on, go ahead.
I gotta just quickly say, I mean, real fast, shout out to Day to Dave.
Yes. Yes.
Dave, much love to Day to Dave. I see, y'all know he does. Love the guy. Love him. I don't get to collab with him enough, but I'm glad that like I started like, who was it? It was Troll, Day to Dave, Sabi Plays.
Shout out to Troll. He's in here in the chat actually.
Yeah, Troll. Oh yes, yeah. I know Troll. He should be in here. And this is his spot. He lives with stuff like this.
Yes.
But he all of them. I used to play stuff like Monster and Hunter and all of that by myself and stuff like that. But that little squad, man, boy, they fun to play with. They are fun to play with. I keep saying we're gonna play Phantasy Star, but then I'll fall asleep or play Apex because they got them bounties going around right now. So
yeah,
I've been slacking, but I'll be back. But yeah, no, shout out to them, man. Just the bro takus doing what they do, man. I love all of them.
Make sure y'all go follow Dave. He's live right now. Go follow him right now and tell him.
That's why I said that. I saw he was on. I was watching him on the side.
Tell him Shadosha and Oni sent you.
Yeah.
Let them know that the love is real. And once again, like I implore you all, I know we're giving y'all a bunch of names, but if y'all want to help, if y'all want to give back, if you want to stay true to what it is that we're all asking y'all to do, which is pay more attention to Black creators, these are ways that you can do that. Follow these people, watch their content, show them love and support, because right now it's hard to be Black. It's been hard to be Black, and there's certain advantages, right? Like,
somehow we went back 60 years, but we got iPhones now. I'm so confused.
Got the whole world fucked up.
Well, we're gonna segue and get right back all into that, because I feel ways about things. But my last shout outs, of course, is to the Alpha Wolf. If you still in here, Hells, shout out to you, bro.
Hells.
The homie right down the Wolves Den. And then I'm gonna shout out my roundtable, as I mentioned them earlier, my Xbox crew. A couple of them are now jumping into the streaming world, which I've been told that they should try and dabble. That's Prime TD as well as Nike Hair Project, and it's Showboat. So these are people that are just starting. If you got time, just go kick it out. I'll send some links. But yeah, that's it for my shout outs now.
Yep, I'm just going to show some clips in the background of some of these people we mentioned. That way y'all can see, first and foremost, what it is they do and what they about and all that good fun shit. But yes, continue the conversation. Who else y'all got? Honorable mentions.
That's it on my list for now, because I gave you like a bajillion earlier, so I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna fall back. But yeah.
I gotta send my roses to Hip Hop Gamer. I know we mentioned him a couple of times, but I gotta send my roses to him because he's like one of the first ones, probably the first one that I ever like just started to follow when we talk about, you know, Black content creators. Way back when it was, I think I was No, I was. It wasn't even. I think I was still like, trying to get my rapping thing off at the time. Like when I was back, like just coming out of high school and stuff like that. And like I was always into video games, and he's someone like I followed, and I always enjoyed his content. Another one. This is a podcast actually that I recently started listening to a couple of months ago, because they were featured on Cheddar Esports is Spawn on Me, the Spawn on Me podcast. So I want to definitely send my roses to them, because they've been, or I should say he's been doing his thing for a long little bit.
Yeah.
And I just started to take notice, and it's definitely dope content.
You'll see Cypher of Tier on there, who I've mentioned many times as well. Again, so many roses to give out, y'all. We've done it on social media a lot as well, but like straight up, she is a reason why I got to do a lot of things in gaming media in general. Like, not to say that like the only reason I'm shouting her out is because of what she did for me. It's what she does for everybody. It's what she's the head of. She's the founder of I Need Diverse Games. She is on countless panels. She's helped. Well, I want to put all of her business out there. She's helped a lot of companies figure this shit out when it comes to representation. Let's put it that way, because a lot of companies just cannot get it together. So she's done a lot of consulting work when it comes to that. She's a streamer as well. What else can I say? Like she always brings people along for whatever successes that she finds, whatever opportunities and information that we can give out to people. She always pulls that forward for our people, especially. So yeah, make sure y'all are following. And I think that's like a good place to like move on to the rest of the podcast. We have so much other shit to talk about.
Yeah, we bodied that. Yeah. Thanks for the first 2 hours. You know what I mean?
And we can. I know y'all got other shit you gotta do too, so we can skip ahead to some other things as well. But I'm really actually glad that we spent as much time on that as we could, because our people need that shit, and y'all need that. What was that, Dream?
He said fact.
B.
Yeah.
So wait, there's some on here that I wanted to talk about, if I may, because
yes,
like,
please.
I'm happy to see this on here, man. The companies like Astro, Logitech, Sony, like all of the companies that are doing something and supporting, that makes me happy. I'm bringing that up because like this isn't something that we should like gloss over. I think. Remember we was talking. We said earlier, like this is the first time that something like this. First off, this is the first time in our lifetime that something like this has happened, right?
Yeah.
Second, we have the luxury of technology and the ability to hold some like people accountable for. So I'm happy that like these companies are doing it. My question for y'all is this: how many? It doesn't like for me. It doesn't matter the reason they're doing it, but how many of y'all feel like they're doing it because they truly believe in what they're saying and they're doing it, or they're doing it because it's affecting their bottom dollar?
I'd like to believe the first. I'd like to believe that.
Right.
So
but these are mega million companies.
I can say for certainty that more so than anything, the COVID situation is affecting some of these companies more than the Black Lives Matter situation is.
Absolutely.
In terms of negatively affecting them.
Wait, when you say that, do you mean like through business practices or some other concern?
I just meant in terms of like monetarily. So like,
okay,
when I think of like companies that are who are like actively hurt by Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The NFL. The NFL is hurt because
no question.
I stopped fucking with them a long time ago. I stopped, and you're seeing them respond to things now because, oh, well, we're looking at our bottom line, first of all, and seeing that a lot of black people stop watching our shit. Okay, cool. We've seen some white people stop watching our shit too. Okay, this is interesting. All right, now we got a coronavirus situation where nobody's watching. There ain't no football anymore. Now they have to do something about it. Now they're forced to address it. So like their apology to me, in my opinion, is already fallen on deaf ears. Like it's good that you're you're taking a moment to address it now, and you're saying, you know, we support protests and we were wrong to blackball Colin Kaepernick. But like, y'all, if there's any company that waited too long to do that shit, it is you. It is the NFL.
They still haven't addressed him directly.
They haven't, not at all. So like,
they're not going to yet.
You know, they
y'all can hold that shit.
Yeah, they tiptoeing around the whole Black Lives Matter to begin with the BS apology.
Yup.
And then on top of that, they still ain't trying to address him or even that whole situation. Like it's, you know what's crazy, and it's unfortunate that Colin Kaepernick, all he did was kneel.
Yeah.
Right. And then for us to turn back around several years later because someone died because a cop was kneeling on his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Like, you look at that and like he was doing something to address this specific issue, and then it comes all the way back around full circle in this manner. Like, crazy.
Yeah. We're witnessing the best. This is probably the biggest backpedaling I've ever seen since Michael Jackson was moonwalking. This is crazy. They better slide, because Lord have mercy, they got a lot of damage control to do. They
got a lot of work ahead of them.
Drew Brees didn't help.
No.
Drew Brees?
No. And like, a lot of the players were told, if you even think about kneeling, we're going to let you go and do the same shit we did to Colin. Right. And so like, now it's like, damn, what do you do? Like, you want to support, you might feel like you want to support that, but you also know that like you got people who are depending on your success. Their livelihood depends on that.
Yep.
So,
but what's always pissed me off is those people that they try to quote MLK.
Yo, I'm so tired.
Why don't you? But he was peaceful, and he's also dead.
Yeah.
And he got shot for that. Yeah.
He got shot for it.
Being on your knee, just not you ain't did nothing. You just took a knee. You ain't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You took a knee. What's more peaceful?
They're mad when we protest. They're mad when we don't. They're mad when we're peaceful. They're mad when we're violent. Like, what is it going to be?
They get mad well, you should focus on your own community. They mad when they do that because they bomb affluent black communities. So
yeah,
I was gonna say, ironically enough, that's exactly what we're doing when they say we should focus on our community. This is us focusing on our community. We don't, and to be clear, this isn't just about us. This victory is for everybody.
Yeah.
That's just the way that this is an example. This is the front facing, like, it's just like we're the front line in regards to this fight. But it is for everybody, not just black people, Asian people who just recently went through some nonsense with racism due to the coronavirus.
Right.
They just went through something. Like, don't think black people forgot about that. It is still Pride Month. We still give a damn about the LGBTQ community.
Absolutely.
We still doing our part for them. And I know I forgot some letters. Y'all can kill me later, but we love everybody. Like, it's for them too.
Yeah.
It's women's right. This is
for everybody.
It goes further than us. And boy, is it great to see that these companies are doing something, especially because some of them are under pressure. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, the power of the black dollar. That's why they burnt down Wall Street. That's why I forgot the spot. I call it the Black Beverly Hills, but I forgot the name of it in LA. That's why it's such an important place.
Yeah.
Baldwin Hills.
For example, Baldwin Hills. Thank you. All of that stuff is so important, but it's good to see some people saying that they want to make a contribution or at least paying attention to the message. The question now is, and this is kind of, again, you said something about, Dream said something about black people focusing on our community. That's where our communication of the action takes place, has to take place. I like what Sony is doing for start. Sony as a whole, not just PlayStation or Sony Music, like the $100 million that they're donating for some of those causes. I personally would like to see some receipts. I don't think that's unfair to ask, but that's a good start, and that's a good way to set a standard for such a powerhouse. Right. I know Universal is doing the same. I know Microsoft is talking about it. The Call of Duty one is interesting. Somebody brought that up. That's interesting to me.
Yep.
Very interesting, because I think ironically enough, Call of Duty is gonna get like
They got a lot of work because this shit been going
You talking
on
about the mandate?
long time.
they are
Long
going to be
time.
one hell of a representation for that actual change they're talking about because you don't think they understand that like most of the black community prefers to play Call of Duty either in their own party or with the microphones off because as soon as you say something, here we go.
Here we go.
And it doesn't just happen to black people. Like, I see it all the time with women. I see it all the time. If your voice is even a little bit soft, I see it with them. If you speak Spanish or any other language, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Tagalog, you speak any of those languages, here comes the racist.
Yeah.
They come
100%.
right at you. So like I think I do like Activision putting that message up, but if you want to see actionable changes within gaming, Call of Duty is going to be that game to watch. So I'm actually paying
100%.
a lot more attention to Call of Duty, and I'm not going to lie and say that it did make me want to play it more. I want to see what are you guys actually doing? Like you have this message, and that's nice. But if I keep seeing
N-word
SBLM,
hater, blah blah blah, something. Yeah.
It's easy to run into. Like every 1 out of 3 games, I see that.
Like
So I think they're a good benchmark.
It's so interesting. Like for the longest time, I would mention this on stream all the time. I'm like, yo, like how is it that like I'm trying to make a custom class? I want to call it, let's say I want to call it spawn killer, right? Spawn camping. The word spawn, SPAWN, that is censored.
Oh, my name is censored for I couldn't pick Dream Manifesto because it's profane. Oh, okay.
So like they have the systems in place to catch words that aren't inherently on their own offensive, but they don't do anything about like, NIGER, not even like the full word, but with just one G and then hater.
You spell the country. That's crazy.
Right. So you can spell the country. All right. You can make an argument that someone out there is going to do that, but at the same time, you know what they're doing if they're doing that shit.
For sure.
You can put NI66ER. You could do that, no problem. You could do it with Q's. Like all the basic, easy, like workaround versions of it, you can do it no problem.
But you can't put A55. That's so dumb.
Like it's cool.
Can't put Lord as a clan tag.
Yeah, exactly. People use Nick and then Gur. Like they do that shit all the time, fam. And it's like, if you were really about this shit, like this had to start before then because these are all the easy options. Like they're not even being creative with this shit.
They're not
like,
even
this
trying.
is just all the easy shit. So like I can't put the word spawn. I can't put the word pea shooter. I can't put the word boobs in the shit. But I can. All right. I see where the attention is misplaced. I can see it like it's like fucking Ultra Instinct. I can see every movement.
For sure.
Like it's crazy. And
that's why I'm looking forward to it. I hope just because of what you said, man, I really do want to see what Call of Duty does. Well, all of these companies do. I want to see what actionable differences they make over time because they're gonna have to now. They like we have the luxury with the social media stuff to check up on these people and to check these people. It sucks that we have to record the cops doing what they're doing and cry out on social media to get some action. But I'm glad it works. I'm glad it works.
Yeah.
And at the same time, boy, am I glad that also works at holding brands and other people accountable.
Yeah.
I hate the mob mentality, but we're all educated enough here to be able to filter through the madness and see who's actually doing what and know how to ask the proper questions. So it's dope to see when we comb through stuff that people are actually doing that.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. That's how we're gonna get progress. And today.
And to be fair and to be clear as well, like this is not necessarily to throw complete shit at COD. Like I think them putting that Black Lives message on their banners and like before each match starts, for example, like you are forcing a community, a large number of people who are fucking assholes and racist and shit. You are forcing them to confront that like every time they play the game, and y'all didn't have to do that. So I do want to acknowledge that and appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
I also want to address a question that we got in chat actually. Someone who said they didn't understand the rioters, and I'm gonna let y'all say this because like I've talked about it a little bit on stream before, but I'm gonna let y'all go in. So like the rioters and the protesters, the differences, the pros and cons, what that looks like.
real quick, I'll say something from my observation. Just because, like, I've been to a protest, and I have a lot of people running around in the city, in different cities, I should say. Like in Buffalo, for example, I have friends in Buffalo's, and I will say this: from their takes and from what they've recorded, the people that were doing that stuff weren't part of the movement whatsoever. They were opportunists. You can tie them to a specific group, but there were more people trying to stop that than anything else. And also, again, I'm not talking about what I'm seeing on the news and the media. I'm talking about what my friends recorded. A lot of the agitating started when police they did something. I'm not going to say exactly what, because there was a lot of things they did.
There's a lot of things.
Whether shooting rubber bullets, throwing tear gas, pushing people, and someone say, hey, don't push me. Now everybody wants to jump and jump and freak out. I've seen footage of that happening. And it's frustrating because there is a latent intent there, which is to persuade people off of the point. Like, this is about human rights.
Yeah. Anything
else that you're seeing other is to distract you from that point and try to derail you off of that. That's I'm not gonna call it propaganda. I do a lot with marketing. I love doing stuff with marketing. And sometimes people do that, like brands will do that with other brands and try to steer you in a different direction just to bring you onto their beliefs, their ideals, so they can sell to you. Mm-hmm. I hate that it's happening right here, right now, for something so simple as human rights.
Yeah.
But you can't be surprised. That's my take on it. That's what I've been seeing. So like, that's the point of view I can offer from what I've seen. I'd love to hear what y'all got to say about it.
So what I'll say about writing, another quote, if you want to go back, is writing is the voice of the unheard. It's always funny. So there is a very thin line for me, because people try to, the writing versus looting, and there are people that loot that ain't there for the cause. They say, oh shit, this is the perfect. There are opportunities, as you mentioned, trying to get something they want.
We got a YouTuber we won't mention by name who did that shit.
Oh, okay. We'll see there.
We won't mention it by name.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you question writing. It's always funny to me how we are told how to affect change when you literally took our history away and told us a certain history in which everything that you were able to gain was through warfare, was through violence.
Yeah,
you had to take extreme action to get what you needed, the rights you deserve, but we're supposed to find another way. And I feel like that's just a cop-out. No, I don't agree with certain things, the opportunists, but as I mentioned in the chat, what did they respond to? They respond to that money supply being cut, because at the end of the day, the reason why we have these issues, because racism really wasn't a thing. It was maybe kind of colorism, but racism became a thing when it was like, oh, they're gonna fuck the money up, so now we're gonna separate now the lower class between the colors, and now you're a little bit better than this person because you look different. Now the ants, or the ants are too divided to go against that giant hornet. Or now the bees that you see when they attack a giant hornet that invades the colony and they fuck him up. Now they're not gonna do that because they too busy in turmoil within themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So y'all can miss me with all that. Oh, the rioting this, the rioting that. They listening. There's some action going on.
Literally legislative action going on at this moment. Yeah.
I mean, and that's to the point. It's like cornering any animal. For the record, I want to say it like that.
Yeah.
I hate to use such a brute, archaic kind of like metaphor there, but I got to do it there. If someone's telling you stop hurting me, or if somebody feels like they're in danger and they keep trying to avoid the danger in any way that they can, and you just keep presenting this kind of danger and mishap. And keep in mind, we're not just talking about brutality. We had a Karen off just before this. I'm gonna add a little comedy to this because it's funny and a damn shame. But yeah, we had a Karen off. Everybody was calling the phone and say, hey, he's black, and I just want him gone for no reason. It was happening.
Yeah.
And it was being recorded. Like, it's not just violence. It's other behaviors. And if we say constantly, yo, fam, check this out. We're not bothering you. We're not doing anything. And you're going out your way to make my living miserable just because.
Yeah.
That everything you're seeing is a reaction. not in action. So yeah, exactly.
Decades.
If someone's telling you you're hurting me and you keep on trying to hurt them, at some point they're going to try to stop you from hurting them. Now, in this case, that may look like a riot. We keep telling you we're not okay. We keep telling you you're killing us. So you won't stop. Well, we don't want y'all funded anymore. If what we got to do, you obviously can't just beat up every cop, and you shouldn't. That's not the right way to go about it. But if you want to invoke change, and this is exactly why I said earlier about the reason why I'm so happy what the organizations are doing, sometimes you got to hurt them where it hurts most, and that's the pockets. All of this is about money.
Absolutely.
In some way too. Like, that's the annoying part. Like, Dream just said something about hierarchies and wealth, money. It's so dumb. We really value a dollar over a human life.
Yeah.
And that's a damn shame, because we can't take it with us.
Look at our healthcare system. Like, that alone shows you where our values are as a country.
For sure. We'd rather keep you sick so we can keep making money off of you coming back to the hospital to fix whatever's wrong with you.
When I worked in the healthcare industry, I was just working reception, and that's where I really learned that healthcare is still a business. When I first got to this emergency care hospital, they would refer you out if you came in with that silly shit. If you came in, this is not an emergency. Nah, they said, oh, we need to keep that income coming in. So they started seeing everybody that came in there. Bro, if you go to an emergency room and you talking about you've been sneezing for 2 days, why are we not telling you, if you don't go to Walmart and get you some Dimetapp and see if that works first, why are you in here?
Yeah.
Because then you complain about, oh, they don't pay insurance. Well, you should have told them something else anyway.
And the fact is, they can charge you more for going to the emergency room too. So like, that's money in their pockets.
That emergency copay is stupid.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And again, to the point of how broken our healthcare system is, like, the COVID situation is really bad right now. It's really fucked up.
Yeah,
it's especially bad because so many people don't have coverage, and they're going to be more liable to get other people sick because they can't go find out if they have the sickness, or they can't go get treatment for it. Obviously, we have a shortage of a lot of different things right now, but the simple fact is, it's amplified because of how broken our healthcare system is.
Yeah.
And that showed everything about it. It showed it. Audio lover, speak your truth.
I mean, listen, I've been saying a lot of stuff earlier in the beginning of the podcast as far as just how I feel about this situation. The rioting and the looting. To me, when you're talking about something this big of a movement, that stuff is going to be natural. You're going to have those kinds of things happen. Unfortunately, you're going to have people who are there not for the right reasons, and that's what they're there for. You're going to have people who are paid to be there. I mean, there are literally, being a protester is a profession, unfortunately. You don't even have to be a part of a cause. They just pay you, fly you out to protest. It's a real thing. They were doing it, and I didn't even know it was a real thing until, like I said, I worked for a city, and there were officers that were telling me during the whole immigration situation, my city has an ICE building in the city, and they were protesting that ICE building, but like the real radical protesters, the ones that were, not peacefully protesting, they were hired protesters. They're paid to protest, and they have funds set aside just to bail them out and stuff. Like, that's what they do. You know what I mean? So you have all that kind of stuff that, they got people who ain't for the cause. You got, and then you got people who are for the cause, and sometimes you have people who are for the cause and they're just so emotional at the point in time, and then when you're in that environment, you just react how everyone else is acting. Right? It's a cause and effect situation as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that going on as well when you're talking about the peaceful. Like, peaceful protests can be peaceful, but when someone, just like everyone was saying, when you start getting the cops pushing one person, and then you like, don't push me, and then other people start hearing it, then you start getting certain situations, and then now everyone's talking about, all these curfews and things like that. It hurts me when I start seeing things like the cops really get forceful, or they get forceful first, or when you start seeing situations where all of a sudden you see an 18-wheeler in the middle of a protest and you're like, how the hell did that get there?
Yeah.
Running people over, or you start seeing, there was one in Tallahassee where a dude was no one knows how this dude was driving in the middle of protests on his pickup. Like, you have situations like that, and then the cops are trying to protect the man because now everyone's like beating on this guy because he's running over people. They finally got him to pull out the car, but you're like, well, we shouldn't have beat on it. Bro, he literally ran over 20-some people.
Yeah.
Like, and he came there just to do that. He came just to run
specifically to do that.
But you got people out there in crossbows like it's damn World War Z or something. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have all. So for me, it's like we're trying to do something positive. We're trying to protest, and the protests. Those are the front line. They're the unsung heroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is not to cut you off, but I'm actually showing some footage right now of some like very intense protests and violence actually happening right now. A shout out to Jay Dubious, by the way. This is another person I want to give an honorable mention to, paying it forward. This is an incredible human being who has an extremely high quality production value on his content too. Make sure y'all go follow him. But this video that I'm showing y'all right now, this compilation, what Hong Kong started doing was actually arming their police with more lethal ways of dispersing people in crowds and handling situations. Prior to a bill that was pushed towards them, basically from the US, actually, they introduced a bill called HR 4270, where they were legally obligated to stop supplying and selling non-lethal weapons to Hong Kong. So this is actually a counter to the idea that you stop a bad guy with another person. You stop a bad guy with a gun with another gun. Like, there are so many ways to de-escalate situations that the US as a whole in general does not apply to their basic procedures for policing. Every police officer is armed with a taser. First and foremost.
That's the thing, right?
If they needed to stop somebody the case of the George Floyd situation, he was already in handcuffs. He was already arrested. He was already complying with what they were doing.
Yeah.
If they feared for their life in any way as justification for what they did, they can use that taser at their discretion.
Yeah, for sure.
If there's any inkling, they have an opportunity to do that. That is non-lethal. They have methods of taking people down that are non-lethal as well. And everyone's going to get mad about Joe Biden saying what he did about, like, shoot him in the leg if you're so afraid for your life. But, like, at the same time, like, that's something that I've been saying for this whole time. Like, if you are afraid for your life, and especially if someone is unarmed, but you're afraid they might not be unarmed, you do not aim for the head or you do not aim for the chest right away. Because especially if you're as close as many of these officers have been when it comes to these situations, you don't have to go for a death blow. You are trained to have the accuracy to be able to do that.
You should be able to discern
the whole point.
To hear you.
Exactly. And like,
for sure.
we were talking about the T-Pain thing before. Like, T-Pain, like we were chatting with him in the chat. I'll give the story about that later. But he made a very good point that, especially when it comes to these high tense moments, we're all scared. Like, it's a scary situation to be put in a life and death place. The difference is from a citizen standpoint versus a police officer standpoint. As a police officer, you should be self-preserving, but you should also be serving the people that you're interacting with. And so that's the difference between how general civilians are supposed to respond to situations and how a professional who is trained to deal with those situations is supposed to handle things.
Literally supposed to dive into danger.
Yeah, and it sucks to say that because it sucks to say that because we don't want to see people losing their lives in general anyway.
Absolutely not.
But people use the acronyms, not the acronyms, the anecdote of saying, for example, you know, if you had a batch of apples and you saw that one of them was rotten, but the other ones looked fine, what is your general immediate instinct?
Yeah, no, I hate that one too.
Yeah,
I hate that one.
but it's real though. But your general instinct is to say, I gotta look at all these and make sure that like we're good, because I don't want to be biting into a rotten apple. And we should be treating our police situation the same way. Like, we should be looking into how we're recruiting police, how we're training police, broad scale, not just in one case or this other case. Like, we should be looking at all this shit, because the dude who killed George Floyd had a history of racism, had a history of violence towards black people, unjustified. He had a history. He was working part-time at the nightclub that George Floyd was working at, and his boss saw something was wrong.
Yeah.
So y'all can miss me with any of that shit. And to address the rioting thing, y'all basically put it as eloquently as I could have put it. But the only one additional thing I want to add in there is, a lot of these buildings that are being raided and broken into have insurance. They're going to be fine. I'm not agreeing that we should be destroying everything in our way to make a point, but like Shadosha said, we've tried for generations, for centuries, to say we want to stop being treated unfairly in the society. At the end of the day, all we want to do is live, and we don't want to have to tell our children that for their entire lives, no matter what they do, they're going to have to work twice, 3 or 4 times harder than their white counterparts because of something that they have no control over, which is their skin. I was told that as a young age, and I'm sure everyone here who was told that same thing. We have to be exemplary in a lot of these different ways, because the minute, especially if you have a limelight on you, the minute you do something partly negative, they're like, oh, this is what black people do. Look at when President Obama came to an interview in a tan suit rather than a blue suit.
A fucking suit.
They fucking lost their mind. They lost their mind.
I'm sure all of you know what picture on Facebook would be used if something ever were to happen to you.
You mean a mugshot?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know exactly what picture would be used if something ever would have happened to me. Oh, this is my freshman year in college. Just getting out into the world, holding a bottle of liquor with one of my best friends.
Yep. That's how they depict us.
We used to all know the football team play airsoft. Like, we used to just run around shooting people. Oh, play capture the flag and shit.
Yeah.
We had a picture holding airsoft guns. We're playing football. I'm in shape. I might look a little menacing with some airsoft guns, but I'm sure that'll come up.
Yeah.
You better know it. You better know
Exactly.
anything to paint us as tyrants. And how dumb does that sound, really? Where we have to work twice as hard just to be half as valuable in society. Like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It's insane.
And so I do want to close that little piece off and say this. I respect the question about the rioting and looting, but it breaks my heart that the question is about the rioting and the looting. That's exactly what people want to derail this with, the rioting and the looting. That's not, and even most black people will tell you, that's not what we're about. That's not what we're here to offer. Even with all of the nonsense going on and people saying that we're rioting and losing our minds, some people are with it. Most of us are still peacefully protesting.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that part never changed, and that's the part that a lot of people get lost in. We're still peacefully protesting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know what? I will say this. I am so happy that when I go outside and I go to those protests, it ain't just black people.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
That is so dope. Like, there's so many. I got hugs.
Yeah.
I was like, you weird, don't touch me, but it's fine. But I get back to the point. So I'm like, I'm so thankful for that. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
That, because like that lets me know that we are at a turning point. And you know what? Y'all keep talking about the bad apples and this little community of young people who are getting ready to take over.
Yeah.
They're the ones throwing all of them nasty apples out. I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because that's how you that's how you build and refine it. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some decades
100%.
to completely skew that another way.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think now we live in a time where it's much easier to archive things. And
Yes.
I guess technically it's easier to spread lies too, but the aftermath of everything will you'll see the results. You can't kind of deny that. And hopefully when we do move on, I don't want what happened where I'm so sick of to all of my white friends, I love y'all so much, but I learned something, and I said this earlier, man. I love that y'all talk about Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and what they did. It really breaks my heart that y'all didn't know who Emmett Till was. Because that's the nasty side of the world we live in that people want to forget about. Same with stuff like Sandra Bland. Was it her birthday? Whose birthday was it recently that also passed away because of police brutality? I'm trying to remember. It was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I want to say it was.
I got it.
Botham Jean?
No. It was a young lady. It was a young lady.
Oh,
a young lady. I posted
Brianna, right?
Brianna.
Yeah. Brianna.
Yes.
Taylor. Yeah.
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
The point I'm trying to make is like we keep talking about peaceful protests and all of these people that did stuff, and then we want to paint Malcolm X in a certain way when he was also very reactionary. I'm not going to get too deep into all of that stuff. I will say this though. Don't hate it, but we can't live in a world where we can't discuss the lynching.
Yeah.
There was lynching. There all of this is because of there's the telling on people stuff, which is I like that because again, that being brought up goes all the way again. Emmett Till, that's how he died. Somebody lied on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then she came out on her deathbed and said, "No, I lied."
Yeah. So context for anyone who doesn't know the Emmett Till situation.
Let's say it again.
That's similar to you ever heard the Rosewood Massacre in Florida?
Yeah,
Rosewood, Florida?
yeah, Rosewood. Yep. Same thing.
Or the Tuskegee experiments. But see, that's the part they don't want to look at that because that shit is horrible.
Yeah.
To have to look in the mirror and see that, who wants to do that? But you have to.
You have to, or history will repeat, which is what drove all of this.
Yeah.
That's the focus. Not the rioting, not the looting. There's been these tons of events. I haven't even mentioned slavery.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten there yet.
I'm not even gonna get there. I'm not even gonna do it right now.
It's like I said earlier, it's so crazy because sometimes people don't even know that they're doing it. Just like I said earlier, right? We're talking about affordable housing or transportation. And you were like, we don't want that over here.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or even something as simple as I have black friends.
Oh. That's something that happened to you, fam.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have black friends. It's another version of exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, be careful when you say what you're saying. Like, really listen to what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'll give you one more.
But you're not like them, guys.
It's like, there's no such thing as racism or systematic racism.
That's another one.
So and so lives here, and he came up because one or two black people in your neighborhood, made it, and you think, anyone could do it.
Yeah.
But hold on, goddammit. Hold on, let me come back. literally came to a country already inhabited, wiped them motherfuckers out,
right? And
now trying to say, but if you want to live here, you got to pass this dumbass test.
Right.
Where we tell you about how we did this to you. Man, if you don't get the fuck on.
Yeah. and again, the point that I made earlier about the bad apples was not necessarily to say if there's one bad apple in any community, that means it all has to go. What that means is there are certain professions in this world that we have to hold to high standards because of what they do. If a doctor at a hospital, I'll use this is a better example. If a doctor at a hospital was known for widespread malpractice, told people they needed a different medication than they needed on purpose, performed surgery and botched these surgeries on purpose, you're going to hear about that shit. But the thing is, like, they're going to hold that person accountable in the entire hospital, the entire health care system. You have to hold all those people accountable because these are people's lives on the stake, at stake. And it's the same thing with police officers. That doesn't mean every police officer is bad. Is that you have to hold that entire profession to a higher standard, especially now because of the more information that we have about how they've been mistreating people all across our country. And there are examples in other countries of them using practices of policing that are far less reliant on force, on brutality, on murdering other people. So again, this is not to say that police equal bad because of Black Lives Matter. It's to say we have to hold them accountable just as much as we hold a doctor accountable for caring for our own lives. You're not going to send your kid to a pedophile doctor. The fuck? No. So we have to carry that same energy towards policing, because it is people's lives on the line. It is our public health and safety on the lives. And the sooner that we can get this fixed for Black people, the sooner we can have it fixed for everybody else, including the judiciary system.
Mm-hmm. You know how they deal with cancer? Even if it's something like breast cancer and they're able to remove the cancer, you still get chemo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know why they still get chemo, which puts your immune at risk? Because they're trying to make sure they remove all of it and it don't come back.
Yep.
The people who are in these systems, coin of systemic racism, in every system, even your body, when there is something that's foreign or that causes harm, your whole system shut down. And it cleans. When you got a virus in your computer, you clean the whole system. But see, now they just want to cut off the end.
Right.
It's not. It don't start at the end. It starts at the core. Root. It goes out.
Yep. So anybody wondering what that fight is for? This is what it's about. Just that. Just there's something wrong internally, and it's been that way.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this country was founded on that problem.
Taking from other people.
And reality is, we don't live in it. We live in an era where it's much easier to hold people accountable, especially in positions of power. Now's the time. Period.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to say it like this, but boy, I don't know how much traction this would have gotten if the coronavirus wasn't happening right now. Because
100%.
Everybody's at home. I'm so glad for that. I'm mad. I'm mad there's a disease killing everybody.
Yes, same.
That crap sucks.
Yeah.
But sadly, what a time.
Yeah.
Everyone's got time. So I'm thankful that people are giving it time. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Truthfully. Because this isn't, again, one more time, this is not just for Black people. We are the front facing people for this turn of events. But once the events turn, this is gonna affect everybody equally. This is gonna make sure this is for everyone's protection, not just Black people. You'll just see us celebrating more because we won't get shot doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I mean, I feel like I said what was on my mind regarding that. You asked a question, what do you think of the blame game? Uh-oh, just lost somebody. Oh, Shidosha. Bear with us for a second as our visual situation gets fixed in a second. Hey, yo, time this dude out. Come on. Time out. We're going to wait for Shidosha to get back.
What is?
We're going to wait for him to get back. Give him some time to think about why that's a fucked up, stupid ass thing to say.
And see, I was talking about
give him some time. Matter of fact,
this is new energy, bro.
Yeah.
Keeping in all of our street like that's like I'm confused.
I'm confused, but it is what it is, man. Listen, if he's still at this point refusing to understand why we're doing this, why Call of Duty has been putting it in their game, I'm gonna give you some time. Yeah, give him more time. Yo, give him a whole fucking 24 hours. We're gonna give you some time to sit with that shit and think about that for a second.
If you don't want to hear it, why you can't just turn it off? And that's the same type of mentality. People don't know how to just leave shit alone.
Right.
If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Okay.
It's the same problem that we have with people trying to, like, how come I can't say the N word? Not everything gotta be for you, fam. Let that shit go.
That's all.
Damn. What the fuck?
Oh, Lord.
What I will say is, or what I want to ask is, how do we what are some solutions? Like we, you know, we got the rioters and not the riot. Well, we got the protests. You know, they're the front line, right? And they're the ones. And all this is really putting things to light. What I'm scared of and what happened, like I said, you know, very early. I don't know if everyone was here in chat or if you're listening. The situation with Trayvon Martin, you know, that affected me, especially it being in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Especially being in a type of neighborhood that like my parents always aspired to move to, and finally moved me and my family to, you know, when I became an adult after I graduated high school and stuff like that. And it's crazy that the solution has always been to talk to our kids about just, this is how the world is, deal with it.
Don't walk around with your hands in your pockets.
Right. I remember when that Trayvon Martin situation, after it happened, my cousins, like it was probably like a year after it happened, my cousins came down from Connecticut. They're younger than me. They were in high school at the time. Two of them. And, you know, I think they were like 14, 15 at the time, and they were living in my mom's house. And they wanted to get something from the store. And the store is probably like 30, 40 minutes away from my mom's house. And, you know, they ended up just going to the store. They didn't tell nobody. And my mom and my aunt kind of got scared. They didn't know where they were. And when they came back, I've never seen my mom in this light, but my mom was like, don't you ever go out and don't tell nobody again. Not in this neighborhood. You coming, you know, from Connecticut, You didn't see what they did to Trayvon Martin. What happened if that would have happened to you? What am I going to tell your mom? This, that, and third. And I'm like, and I'm here, and I'm like, and I'm not even living with my mom at the time. I was just visiting because, you know, my mom, they wanted to see my kids or whatever. And I'm looking like, damn, like, yeah. And I'm trying to tell my cousins, you know, yeah, you know, she's right. Because they looking at her like, you know, what's she even talking about? They just thinking she talking crazy because they in high school. They don't really, you know what I mean? They ain't trying to hear all that. And I'm like, nah, like, listen, like, she right. Like, this neighborhood is, you don't see a lot of us out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I moved out here when I was an adult, and my sisters, you know, they were just graduated or whatever, but like, we don't even be walking out here like that. Like, I be in and out, like,
yeah.
Like, when I got out there, like, I kind of felt uncomfortable a little bit. I'm like, yo, why you moved me out here? Like, there ain't a lot of us out here. You know what I mean? So, just to say, like, you gotta, like, it's unfortunate that you gotta talk to the youth, or that was always the solution for years. Like, yeah, you gotta make sure this is how you talk to the police. You gotta make sure if you're walking out somewhere in a neighborhood that you not so familiar with, get out there quick. You know, even if you're visiting your friends, you gotta be in and out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that's always been like the kind of talk we had to have with our youth, or people had to have with me. Yeah. So how do we change that narrative? How do we change what's some of the solutions? Because as much as I'm happy with protesting and all that, and there might be some legislation or whatever the case may be, it's always died down historically.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
As far as solution side, I feel like the only one that we can really talk about is just being active within legislation and appointing, being more knowledgeable about who's on there, being more knowledgeable about your representatives and political candidates, and throwing your money at people who's going to represent you. Like I said, just focusing on ourselves literally and building up communities wasn't enough. Trying to mind your business isn't enough. Like I said, the Trayvon Martin thing was one of the first ones that kind of really shook me, because as far as our age, I think we're all similar age. That was like the closest one, like, to being us.
Yeah.
Like, age-wise, at a time, like, you know, man, because I was at we were in college probably. I was walking to the service station, get me some candy sometimes.
Yeah.
In a hoodie.
Yep.
Right.
Just whenever the spur of the moment hits you.
Right.
In the middle of the night.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this shit is so it's for so that's yes, legislation. I think we do need to be more involved in promoting credible Black businesses.
Absolutely.
Because we do have we have in times which we need to police ourselves. This is not for anyone to tell us. It's not for anybody to tell us, but this is what things that we have to do. Like, we get into certain areas, we get into certain things. We've grown up here, we've lived a certain lifestyle, and be put under certain stresses where we got scammers. We got things that detract from the cause and pollute it, and we have to take care of that. That's for us to say within each other.
Mm-hmm.
Cause we know it's true.
Yeah.
So when we do that, I think we combat that by giving all the spotlight to everything that's credible.
Yeah.
We got to give people roses while they're here. We got to shed light. We can't have things happen. Like I said, I mean, George Floyd, like everybody always says that he was such a good dude, and I'm sure people talked about him highly. Let's say George Floyd was a business owner as well. He was such a good dude, but nobody knew about his business. But you think he's such a good dude, but you're not actively saying, "Hey,
look at how much he's doing."
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Look at like we don't do that enough. It's just like, oh damn, they got him. He was a great person, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we not active. We have to be more intentional. We have to be. It's sad because it's gonna be tiring.
Oh God, it's already been exhausting. And like,
it's already tiring when you feel that you haven't been active. You haven't even been active, but I'm tired just reading and looking.
Right.
So I'm reading and looking. I'm now emotionally drained. Now I have to we got to use our energy that we do have to move.
yeah.
To mobilize, run the juke. What Killer Mike said in his address, I had to talk to a friend because he wasn't on it, but whatever. What Killer Mike said in his address is very true. The most important thing is that you stay alive. Not everything is to be said everywhere. Be smart about that.
Yeah.
The things you can do that they give you the opportunity that really didn't talk about is we can very easily vote. For those of us who haven't gone through certain penal systems and they try to now use that to remove that, but they have a school to prison pipeline, but we're not even getting there. So everybody who is able-bodied, able-clicked, whatever, everybody who is able just needs to be active. We have to be active, and we can't not.
In some way.
We can't.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much to add in terms of solutions. Like, what we're doing right now is making it known what the situation is, where we're coming from, and educating people, even if these people may not want to be educated, as evidenced earlier in chat. But there are definitely more things that people can do as well. There are a lot of people who are facing mass incarceration for decades, actually, especially people of color. But as of now, there are a lot of people who are being arrested for protesting. Some arrested during curfew, some arrested just in general for practicing their First Amendment rights, their right to gather in assembly. And the Bail Project is one of those organizations that is stepping in to do something about it. They're providing bail money for those who are incarcerated, especially unjustly, as a way to get them back out and fighting the good fight, essentially. Our justice system is kind of wild right now. The whole bail situation apparently was created so that people show up at their trials. But at the end of the day, it's a money-making scheme for them. The reason why the drug situation hasn't really gone down that much is because they'll put bail on people and just basically get them out of jail and let them go on their merry way. They'll have to pay $100,000 for their bail. Some of these drug lords have that money. They'll just pay that shit and just go back to what they were doing before. So it's really just another way to make more money.
And if there's a way to make money, there's people on both sides interested in making that money and keeping that money going.
Yeah.
Better know it.
Yeah. I know we've been going on for a long time. I want to respect you guys' time.
It was needed, man. This is it's one of them times. This is perfect.
Yeah.
More voices saying something. Oh yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
For those of y'all who don't know, this podcast is going to be up on YouTube. It's going to be on Spotify, iTunes. It's going to be on everywhere. I'm going to do my best to make sure that people hear what we've been saying, but at the same time, like, a lot of what we're saying isn't new. This is shit that has been circulating. People at this point should know what it is that the Black Lives Matter movement stands for, and what we all want in general is to just live and not have to, if we do something wrong, like, all right, cool, we should face the consequences of whatever those things are wrong. But too often we ain't doing shit.
If we're not, forcefully being violent, to be able to bring us in without harming us, without beating us down, without killing us,
without disrespecting us. Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk too much about gaming. We talked a little bit about what some of the gaming companies have been doing, like Sony, for example, them like holding off on doing their event.
The
PS5.
I want to talk about that like really, really quick.
Yeah, please. I'm here, so like I'm happy to keep going.
I was happy and sad. Like I kind of wanted that reveal, but I knew it would have probably drowned out some of the messaging that was going on.
100%.
But I kind of wanted something to at least break up what was going on, because it, like I said, it was weighing on me. And I kind of wanted some. It was something I was looking forward to. I want to say.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, I respect their decision. I think it was the right move. I feel like the PS5 honestly is one of those cultural or PlayStation in general is one of those cultural things that would have probably drowned out a little bit of the message for the time being, at least for that day or for the next few days, if they would have done that. Whatever way it would have went, if it would have went positive, if it would have went negative, you would have seen that on the timelines, and it would have kind of diluted what we really had going on.
Right.
It would have been crazy impactful. You're not lying. PlayStation, yeah. Everything would have stopped for that, and they knew that. I respect that.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. I mean, listen. Everyone's been waiting on this PS5 reveal, and they haven't announced anything yet. And you've always seen like the little trending things on Twitter, like, "Yo, are you gonna buy the PS5 for me?" And people don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. It's very cultural, like. It's pop culture. I think PlayStation is pop culture, so I think they really did need to like pump the brakes on that. I know a lot of people like, oh, they probably ain't have anything to show. I mean, who's to say, whatever, but I just think that was the right move.
Yeah,
agreed.
I totally agree. It sucks to not get more information on it, and it was so weird. Like I was streaming, what was it, Thursday or Friday? It was late night. And I had like 4 or 5 people come in a matter of 20 minutes, be like, yo, so when's the new COD season's dropping? Because I was playing COD. I was like, yo, I don't know. Like, all I know is that it's going to come when it comes. But like, they held off because they felt like this was more important. And like one after another, just like mad people coming in. It's like, yo, y'all are missing the whole point of them delaying the shit.
Yeah.
Y'all are missing the whole point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Gilmore was here. He said that one guy asked like 4 times because he didn't hear it a few times. I was like, we should have timed this dumbass out. Are you gonna ask a question and not listen for the answer?
Yeah, for real.
I said it once and I'll say it again. Make sure everyone who is in this podcast right now, who's watching right now, who's listening later on, make sure you go follow all the names that we did put. But more so than anything, follow all these human beings right here because they're amazing. They're Black. They're unified in their vision of what we all want, essentially. And they're my friends. And we need to make sure that more of this support and love is being sent out to more people of color, especially now because you're finally getting recognition. Fucking Ninja just followed me the other day. Like,
Shout out to Ninja. That's my guy. Yeah. I love Ninja.
And one quick thing I want to say. Y'all mentioned T-Pain. You mentioned T-Pain.
Yeah, because that's not fair, man. Y'all robbed me. That's
all right. So here's what happened. This is the play for play. Everything that happened.
Okay.
I was playing COD with Big Cheese earlier in Drifter. and J Hub. We were all just having a great time, goofing off, being a bunch of idiots, playing Warzone. Shit was mad fun. Then after that, I played Risk of Rain with DJ Tech Live and J Rock the God. Shout out to J Rock as well.
Shout out to J Rock.
Yeah, that's the homie right there. Well, actually, my moms will take care of that. And then we played that for a while, right? And so we're like, all right, bet. After and it was Quesadilla as well. Pro Quesadilla was there too. Then after that, they all went to bed. Case and I like stood up for a little while, talked a little bit more. We talked about BLM. We talked about gaming. We talked about some of the news. He went to bed, and I was still up. I was like, damn, I'm West Coast head. I gotta I gotta keep playing because the people at home are entertained right now. Let's just keep it going.
Yeah, you just keep it going. I respect that.
Yeah, and then I get on. I invite my boy, Big Cheese. I shout out to you again. I mentioned you in all the tweets, blah, 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 but make sure y'all go follow him too. And then I sent him an invite, him and Chris Panda. And then he sends me an invite. I'm like, all right, he probably got a party already, whatever. I jump in there and like, all right, bet, let's get some games in. I was like, damn, he got a whole full room of people up in here. Let me go to his Discord real quick. My dude. I went into Discord and I see T-Pain's name there as I'm going. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean, no? So I go in and immediately as I go in, this is in the Vaz. I could prove this shit to y'all. As the minute I came in there, all you hear in the background, hold on, I got the sound effect for it. Hold on. What was it? Was it dramatic? It was.
You hear it over and over, huh?
The minute I dropped in there, he plays that, and I'm just like, bro, like you do realize the whole reason I ever became an artist is because of Metal Gear, right? And then we was like, what? And the whole night was just fucking jokes and talking bullshit. Yeah. We talked about some real shit.
I saw the clip, man. It made me happy. I was like, that's really dope.
Yeah,
that was really dope. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, man. He. It was dope talking to him first and foremost, but like he did like talk about some real shit. And I was like, man, this is probably stuff you never talked about to anybody online. So like, I respect it.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, clip my reaction. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go find it in one of the VODs and that reaction.
Yeah, I gotta see that too. Now that was done. No, when I heard about that, that was dope though. I mean, I forgot what. I think I saw the clip on Twitter first.
Yeah,
and I was like, see, that's really dope. And I mean, what a person, because he's been on the scene since forever.
Yeah.
Like I remember I didn't talk to him, but I ran into him for like a nanosecond. At what year was it when TwitchCon had the party on the baseball field? Were you there for that one?
And I didn't go to that party though.
He was there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I was at the TwitchCon, but I wasn't at that party.
It might have been 2016. I don't remember, but he was there, and he would pop up all the time. He popped up at the Facebook party. He popped up like a lot.
Yeah.
And he's big into gaming like a lot.
Yeah.
And which is nuts because I still haven't run into him. And so when I saw you did it, all right, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Because I like that he's doing all of the gaming stuff, but there's so many of us out here. I'm surprised he hasn't run into us, but now he has. I'm happy. That's what's up.
Yeah. So make sure y'all go follow T-Pain as well. He's just a dope dude, and he been out here. He's passionate about games. Like,
oh yeah,
he loves the shit.
He be getting drunk all up in his stream.
Yo, he do. He be getting lit.
There was one time, I guess he was setting up his what is it, the racing rig or whatever. But he's like setting the whole thing up drunk.
People for sure though.
I wish I saw that.
Man, T-Pain.
I gotta bow out.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, we're gonna close out right now.
Love y'all, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Make sure everyone y'all go follow these human beings. We've been doing this podcast for a long time. Yeah, make sure y'all go get some rest.
I wish I could. Shoot, it's boot time. I gotta get my boot time on. I see y'all.
Yeah. Listen to the podcast if you missed any of it. Blah blah blah. You already know what it is. We're gonna take a break here, and then we're gonna play some more games later. So let me just go to our starting soon screen. There we go. As we close out the stream, Audio Lover, Dream Manifested, Shadosha, I love you guys.
Much love. Stay up.
So likewise. Hey man, Sadosha, nice to meet you, bro. It was great.
Likewise. I want some matches in Tekken, man.
Yes.
I want some Tekken matches. I need that.
Listen,
You on PC?
Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back to here. I have the game, but I'm garbage at it. But like, I still play it. I'll still do it.
He don't know we the same rank. What rank are you?
On PC?
No. On PS4. I know that's your highest rank. Real quick, I'm gonna end it.
Mighty Ruler, I think.
Mighty Ruler. Okay. Well, I'm Fujin.
Okay, that's what's up. Who you use?
So I think this will be fair. It depends on the move. Probably gonna use Jack. I'll stay away from Leroy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got something light.
Okay. Like I said, Bruce was my main, so I'm Josie and Falconron right now.
Oh, okay. I got Ganryu for both of them. I use Ganryu.
Ain't this about a bitch? I got Pocket Oscar. Pocket Miguel.
Let's plan some this week. Let's plan some.
I'm gonna add you. I got you.
Let's do it.
I got you. Y'all be good.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Let's stay up.
All right, I'm gonna cut off the voice comms here.
Good. Pay-per-view that shit.
Yeah, pay-per-view that shit. Should I keep the stream going and as I take my break, or should I shut it off? And then
I mean, if you ain't gonna take a long break, you might as well keep it going.
I would say, look, it said fit in there. You better run that ad. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, right.
You better turn that damn ad on. I'm gonna tell you that.
He's stupid. All right, y'all. Because the stream can still hear y'all, so I'm gonna cut all communication.
Hold on. So what I'm gonna say real quick, if the stream can still hear, don't just make sure y'all go out and vote. Make sure y'all pay attention to y'all local representatives, y'all local congressmen, mayors, commissioners. If you rent and you feel like your rent's too high, they're the ones who deal with, holding out on the rent. If you feel like property taxes, whatever, just pay attention. Don't just let this situation be, the end all be all. Pay attention with what's going on. If you feel like, they spending too much money on police stuff, whatever the case may be, pay attention. Start paying attention to these meetings and stuff like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, man.
Other than that, peace out. Love this man, Black Only. Thank you very, 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 very much.
I got you, bro.
Man, I respect you too much, man. Respect you too much.
Thank you.
Real.
Thank you. I love you, man.
I'll fight about you, bro. you too, Dream Dog. Me and you, but on some real though.
We know what it is.
I appreciate it.
Love you. Thank you very much.
But yeah, stream, y'all be easy.
We're gonna play
heed to what we said.
Anyone who wants to join, any of y'all who want to join us playing Call of Duty, we're gonna actually do that shit. In probably like 20 minutes.